Hey y'all, today's episode of The Read is being brought to you by Showtime and the critically acclaimed series The Chi. They're back for their second season. If you hadn't heard, if you were brand new to the game, okay, you still have time to catch up. You can binge your way to where you need to be right now. Ronnie, Brandon, Emmett, and Kevin are back. They're confronting the tough choices that will shape their futures in The Chi. Go and watch it. It's a really great show. It's created and executive produced by somebody named Lena Waithe. She has Emmy Awards,
Don't know if you've heard of her.
as well as so many amazing other accolades, awards. A beautiful. Oh, I was just going into a.
Yeah, no, you're just
this
kinda
isn't about.
standing.
This is a pre-roll.
I mean, right.
And Common, also a winner of awards, an Academy at that. Okay, so the new season. Why do they let me read these?
I don't know.
The new season of The Chi premieres Sunday, April 7th at 10 p.m. It's only on Showtime. You can try a free month of Showtime by going to Showtime.com and entering the code THEREAD. Showtime.com, code's THEREAD. This offer is for first-time subscribers only and expires on May 6th. So tell all your cousins, look, we're not playing that game. Not over at Showtime.com, okay? Just catch up. Let's move on.
Hey y'all, this week's episode is also brought to you by Squarespace. With Squarespace, you can turn whatever your great idea is into a reality. They make it easier than ever to launch your passion project, whether you're showcasing your work or selling products of any kind, with all kinds of beautiful templates and the ability to customize just about anything. It is super easy to make a website all by yourself. I know if I can do it, y'all can do it. But if you get stuck, Squarespace has 24/7 award-winning customer support right there to help you out. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. That's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Get started. Make something great with Squarespace and The Read. Now let's start the show.
You must learn the rules. Don't come close to anything that belongs to me.
Yes.
He is my property. So,
You better.
Now, first of all, where did they get off talking about he is my property?
You know, and I'm only just now realizing how problematic that is.
Jagged Edge could have been like, they could have never said, she's my property.
I mean,
Moesha would have wrote the longest think piece if them niggas would have ever. Dear Vibe,
right. She was
Jagged Edge got me fucked up.
She was, teen feminist Moesha. Yes, she
Absolutely.
would have. She would have been irate.
I was thinking about doing that one, or you know how it do, and you know how I fuck. Can I get your name and number? 'Cause I want to see you. Skeeter is what I want, and Skeeter is what I need.
I'm just glad I knew it this week after I did not know the TLC song last. I went and looked it up. First of all, I have to applaud you.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, your rendition was pretty spot on.
I tried.
It sounds eerily similar to the real thing.
You know, I did the best I could.
But wow, what an anthem. What a song.
It's like you wrote it.
And I can, well, yes, but I really see now why I thought it was a Disney song at the beginning.
Yeah.
Because they deliberately make it sound like some flowery bullshit, and then it gets super real.
I read a comment from somebody that said that they had looked over that song for a ridiculously long time after owning the album. Because they just heard that beginning part and were like, no. And they didn't realize that the turn up lied just beyond that.
Oh, man. That happens to me so often. If a song loses me in the first 15, 20 seconds, I may never hear the rest.
If the song loses me in the first 12 to 15, I usually will skip ahead to about 60 seconds or so. And then if I'm still for another 10, then I keep going.
Okay.
Because especially songs today are 3-4 songs in one.
Yeah.
So you never know.
Okay.
But anyway, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Marseille Martin.
And I am Brittany Patillo.
And this is The Read.
It
Little
is.
is in theaters this weekend.
I'm pretty sick. I'm missing the premiere right now
I know, right?
to be here. Which, work. Responsibilities and things. But wish I could be there. Cannot wait to see it.
Dedication.
Taking Noah to see it Friday night. We're going to the movies. You're
such an auntie.
I really am. I just needed an excuse to go see this. Like I didn't want to feel like the only auntie in the room without, a niece or a nephew.
Child, I'm going to see that movie dolo. I don't give a fuck. Hey, your baby better shut the fuck up too when I get there. I don't give a fuck what you're talking about.
Good luck with that. It's going to be hashtag Black Girl Magic all through them theaters all weekend long.
Fine.
I can't wait.
I just saw Captain Marvel, by the way, finally.
Oh, did you?
And the babies were in there too, but they were quiet.
Were they?
I got to hear the movie.
Huh, well, I don't know. Were they older kids? They wasn't babies.
They looked, 9.
Yeah, see, 9 is fine. 9 is fine. But I tried to I'll never forget, I tried to take my little cousins to go see whatever kid movie bullshit was out. And they were like 5 and 3. Oh my God, nigga, never again. Played myself.
Yeah, you did.
I really did.
I could have told you not to.
The 5-year-old had to go pee like 6 times.
Of course.
I was like, girl, why are we eating?
Absolutely. And didn't go before I left the house.
And the last time I took Noah to the movies, we went to see Moana, and she pulled the same shit.
Yeah.
Just had to pee so
I don't
bad.
have to go yet.
And then once we got to the bathroom, I need to go pee at your house. I'm like, girl, we not leaving.
No.
I bought these tickets. We watching the movie.
That's how they are.
I don't know what is wrong with me.
So this public restroom thing, sis.
I don't do that.
Not for me.
She was like, I need to pee at a house.
If we could leave, go pee, then come back.
I'm like, sis, you begged to see this movie. I have spent real dollars on the tickets.
What you don't understand is we're still seeing the movie. I just have to pee at your house. What is the confusion?
Because we cannot go to my house and come back, child. So
see, this is where you lose me. I don't know what you're talking about.
She's a little older now. I think she's going to be excited to see little, Marseille Martin to these young kids. She's probably like, I'm trying to think of what teenager I looked up to. Probably Brandy.
Ooh.
They're probably like,
Brandy was up there.
Yeah, who was like the little teen actress of the day? Maybe the Sister Girls.
Sister Girls.
Yeah. I'm trying to think.
Yeah, I remember, Brandy, Tia Tamara, maybe Raven.
Oh, yeah. Kind of.
Listen, Raven was that girl.
I mean, yeah, but
like consistently working.
I'm thinking of like girls who were a few years older than me that I kind of like looked up to.
Oh yeah, Raven was like a little bit around my
younger,
age.
right?
Yeah, I forgot.
I just remember her as like the adorable little girl from the Cosby
Show.
Show.
Yeah, right. That makes. She's probably a taste older than me when she was on the Cosby Show. So.
And now she's from every country in the world.
Why do you want to? What's the problem? She said what she said.
Man, what are we even talking about?
Black excellence.
Hallelujah.
So this week in Black excellence, first Black-owned urgent care center in Brooklyn.
Amen.
On display today. So Dr. Tamara Moise, or is it Tamara Moise?
I don't know.
She's a doctor and a hottie. And physician assistant Watson Fields. Mm-hmm. They co-founded Big Apple Urgent Care. It is the first Black-owned urgent care center in Brooklyn, New York. And let me tell you something. So they decided that they needed, especially in like areas in Brooklyn, like East Flatbush and other places, that they needed to have more community-focused care, like personal. And this doctor says that she's the daughter of Haitian immigrants. So she also understands that the culture and seeing your people being able to speak to you in your language, understand that all of the home teas, they just didn't do it this time because you have the same home teas or the same, leaves that you boil in your kitchen or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because we go to the home remedy first.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Somebody who understands auntie's ways. She know
that's what I'm saying.
Your uncle do. She know how the people do because she is the people. It matters. It makes a big difference.
Cersei T, it didn't kick it this time.
Right, see?
So what else you got?
And I heard that stuff is revolting.
It's just
you really have to feel bad.
So bad.
To choke it down.
It's got to be like, well, I'm already dying. So let me just have some
Did y'all
of that.
have to take castor oil?
No, castor oil was never a thing for me growing up.
All right.
No.
Amen.
I never, castor oil was one of those things I used to always see on like TV or in cartoons.
Yeah, my grandma did that to me twice.
Oof.
Just twice. That bottle sat in the bathroom like menacingly. It was scary.
When we were sick, we got honey and eucalyptus, and that shit is delicious.
Sounds delicious.
With a little bit of lime.
Wow.
Yeah, a hearty treat. Let me tell you something. It was like if Vicks was candy.
Yeah. Oh my God.
It was so good.
Wow, I'm pissed.
I remember being a kid and sometimes I would go to
I'm so pissed.
Mama, because the jar would be too high up in the fridge. So I'd be like, Mom, mommy, I'm sick. Can I get a little bit? No, you can't have any of the
Wow. No.
So delicious.
We didn't have none of that. We had honeysuckle outside on the vine. Honeysuckle is good. Not when you're sick, but it's just good.
So shout out to these beautiful, amazing Black people doing great things right here in the city, in Brooklyn, where I heard you girls got the measles. So
yeah, and you know where that's at too. It's over there with them whites. Because niggas, frankly, we don't do that. We take our kids to get their shots. We don't.
Got on mine.
This shit that y'all are doing, I don't understand it. Measles is so incredibly fucking contagious. Like, all somebody has to do is have it in your vicinity, and you will get it if you haven't been immunized. That's why it's 300 some odd people in Brooklyn right now walking around sick as fuck. And some people can't get immunized. So it's like even more important that the ones who can go do it. But that one, what was her name? Jennifer something? Jenny something? She got everybody thinking that shots cause autism.
Oh, her.
That goofy bitch. So now these crunchy ass, rich ass white people who also another reason they don't do it is because they kids are not going to like public school. They don't need. But so when you go into public school and all that, you do have to get immunized. Them schools will not enroll your child.
Right. I mean, yeah.
So it's like, bitch, you're taking your baby to go get these shots.
Like, no.
But these free range organic motherfuckers think they can just, holistic tea the measles and mumps away. And bitches don't work like that.
Like I said, I am a girl who does not scoff at holistic care in ways.
Me either.
But then sometimes sis, you gotta use you gotta use a little.
The thing is, like, we have these vaccines because they used to kill thousands, if not millions, of people. Like, you don't consider it a big deal no more because people don't die of this shit no more because the science has given us the medication. So it's like, if you would just work with us,
just a little bit. Just a little.
And it's just like, why are y'all so scared of autism? And why do y'all believe some bitch who used to like hold up cards in a bikini on a TV show as opposed to science and research?
It's right there.
Oh, anyway, look, you done got me off on another tangent, but
B.O.B. had these niggas talking about driving off the edge of the planet. Look, okay? When you get on I-95, don't take that last turn at Albuquerque. You'll drive right off the edge. You'll drive right off the edge.
I still haven't heard a single flat earth truther tell me, why exactly we have not found the edge of it yet. In all these years. Why haven't we found it? Where is it then? How come niggas are not falling off constantly?
I bet it's beautiful. I bet you. Just looking off of that horizon.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
I bet you. I mean, can it even be a horizon? Like, this is what it happens.
I don't think you have a horizon.
I don't think that's how it works.
Can y'all explain the horizon?
How do you do that? I don't know.
Oh, God. Anyway.
So, we have a pop culture segment on this show. It is called Hot Tops Behind Animal Lines. And this week...
Oh, no.
Just a couple of things to check off here. First of all... Beyonce graciously allowed Netflix to release a trailer of her upcoming film, her documentary, Homecoming. Because, honey, when I tell you that I was secretly hoping that it would have been something else, just to watch the internet burn to the ground.
Right.
That would have been so much fun to witness. Because I would have had a blast.
Fun. And it was that Beyonce yellow. So I was like,
I fully knew that it was. But just the fact that it was, come on now. Like, Beyonce been Beyonce for a while now.
Right.
I wait for her to say the things.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. That didn't come from a Beyonce account. Came from Netflix. Now, obviously, but just the little cynic in me was like, ooh, let this be like Dear White People season 3 instead.
They sat on it for a day so that we would just continue to guess. They knew
we did the marketing for them.
Right.
Yeah.
We really did.
Yeah.
And Netflix is like, yeah, bitch, that's why your prices went up. Oh, you was mad at that email, huh? Oh, I bet you ain't canceling now, huh, bitch? Oh, yeah, you was real mad. But we had to pay Beyonce. So give us our money so we can give it to her, bitch.
So it says here, Homecoming presents an intimate look at Beyonce's historic 2018 Coachella performance that paid homage to America's historically black colleges and universities. Interspersed. I love the word interspersed.
Me too. It's a good one.
I'd love it. With candid footage and interviews detailing the preparation and powerful intent behind her vision. Homecoming traces the emotional road from creative concept to cultural movement to Blue Ivy sitting on the top of you girls' heads and reminding you that you won't miss a single count because you can be replaced.
Bitch. The signs have been there from the very beginning.
I don't know why you girls are shocked.
Blue Ivy was perched on her daddy's lap when Kelly was pregnant with her young king.
Yes.
At the VMAs. Directing her mama from the audience,
yep.
like, bitch, I know you're going to miss your marks because you always do.
Let me tell you something.
So, if you would just watch me.
I've got this.
Isaye, I'm doing it for
right
you.
Here.
Right here, girl. To see her front and center, again, Beyonce behind her, studying Blue, the architect, the master of this shit, and the rest of the girls simply lining up and being in formation with her and them braids. I said, we simply must stand and prepare for the new Supreme. She's here on this earth.
I feel like not too long after that footage is a moment where Blue yelled out, okay, cut the music off, and got up and walked to some girl probably towards the left center somewhere and tapped her on the shoulder and was like, now I know you thought that I didn't see you. Just miss that last hair flip. Let me tell you something. There are dance classes, there's the music industry, and then there's what the fuck we do here. Now, if you can't take this seriously, there are a million other girls and guys out here who will. I'll fire you. She ain't got to. I will make sure that you not only never dance here again, you never dance at all.
That's right.
Again, because your spirit will be so broken that you just won't return to the art. Is that what you want? Cut the goddamn music back on. I'm done playing with these girls in here.
I know that's how she talks to these people.
Since like 4.
Because she has to. I know she's like, now look, Keisha. You see me here with my real hair. Braided up, bitch. You see me. Individuals.
Absolutely.
Like at 30 braids on my hair, bitch. I don't understand. You back here with your wig. I mean, it's secured. I like it. Ponytail is in place. Ma'am, this should be much easier for you. And yet, it's something about, bitch, it's 3.5 swivels to the left, and you're cutting it off at 2 3/4, and you think I can't tell. Bitch, I can tell. Like, Blue Ivy absolutely has to make sure those girls are on top of their shit.
She punches into the rehearsal space with large Tom Ford glasses on.
Oh, she does.
And an iPad on her head. Behind her is like Ashley and Chris Grant and like, Jaquel and them. And then she stands in the center of the room and is like, I just want to remind you girls, you don't have to be here.
Right.
You don't have to be here.
I mean, because if you don't want to be here, I can replace you. It's not difficult. So you're either going to show up and act like you want this, or you're going to get out of my face.
Okay.
It's simple, straight like that.
The genetic makeup that is my mama, that is my grandmama, that is my great-grandma, that is me.
Right.
Okay? That in itself is the cake and the frosting. You girls are sprinkles. Okay? You girls are sprinkles.
Break it down.
And we can remove one sprinkle and still have a tasty treat. I need you to hang on to the words that are coming out of my mouth. Okay? Because if I double tap you on your shoulder today the way that I'm feeling, girl, it's the end. It is curtains for you girls. All right, now the rest of these motherfuckers ain't gonna have the attitude, but I will because I deserve. Know who I am. Get to it. Let's put the music on. Like
Yes.
I saw this, this commanding spirit,
yes,
in this gift,
from
quite
the
early
beginning.
on. Yeah,
Honestly, from the Hello Blue Ivy Tumblr,
absolutely.
them first photos they put out, I said, this child is here to shake the motherfucking table, okay? Fire in the eyes. You can see the fury in her fists already. So Beyonce put that little 2.5 second clip of Blue showing them how it's fucking done so that you hoes would know never to guess about it again. Blue Ivy is in charge. Them bitches fall in line, and that's it.
I know Blue won't even say nothing to her mama in rehearsal, but when they get like in the jet to go home,
right,
she's like,
here are my notes.
now I wasn't gonna say nothing to you there because you know you my girl.
I'm not gonna
right?
embarrass you in front of your little friend.
But here's how to tighten up. I made some notes for you. I put some gifs and emojis in there as well, so it looks pretty. We can discuss how you're feeling about it probably in the morning when you're feeling, refreshed. I know it was a long day.
I'm gonna let you know right now, Beyonce, I'm reserving 3 entire days for the Getting to the Money choreography because no shade, I worry about you and the girls. A few of these moves are a little complex, so I want to really make sure y'all nail it. So we're going to have to push this back maybe a week or so, but it's just important for the integrity and the quality of the show, Beyonce. I think you understand where I'm coming from. Thank you so much.
Love you lots.
Let me know in the morning. Don't take this personally. Business is business. Family is family. Love you so much, girl. Let's work together.
I can't wait to see this. I know that it comes out on Wednesday of next week.
Oh, yeah.
I'm imagining he's probably going to drop at midnight, though.
Right, probably so. So I'll watch it when I get up. Yeah, I don't think this is something where we'll have to skip being in the studio.
Yeah, no, I don't think
it's
so.
on demand. So.
Right. The joy of that being, the day and age we live in.
Amen.
Also, her other babies are in there, so you didn't have to rush and snatch pictures unauthorized and stuff.
Oh man, did you see where that came from? Matthew is doing tours of his office and he has that hanging up somewhere.
Oh, is that where that picture came from?
Matthew.
Oh, no wonder.
Right. So that's why I was like, Beyonce was probably she probably looked at the picture and she has different ones that she sends to different people. Something is slightly different in all of them. So she knew that was Matthew's copy.
Why is he having tours of his office?
Why are you doing tours of your office? Great question.
His current office that he works out of?
Yeah. That's where this came from.
Public tours?
People, I assume people they pay for these, but yes, it is a tour of the office. And somebody sent me the video. It's somebody had Instagrammed his way, I guess, or Snapchatted his way through this office tour. And bam, right there, biggest day with a whole bunch of other framed photos is this picture of Blue and the twins. So I'm like, why is this up?
I'm sure
in a place where you're giving tours and the public can... Why is that happening?
But this is much more of a code red to the hive and not to, you know what I'm saying?
No, not Beyonce. I'm sure Beyonce was not nearly as stressed as I was at the thought that somebody may have violated her privacy.
Right. I was like, who in hell?
Because you can fucking die. And meant that shit.
Well, there you go. That wraps that up. Now I know what I need to know.
Yeah. So nothing, I don't think it was anybody stepping in. No one was ordered to die this time.
Doing some shit in the shadows.
Right. Except maybe Matthew.
Well, girls, see you next week. Can't wait to watch that. And obviously, also keep your wits about you because you never know how she might be feeling.
Homecoming album could be coming right after that. You just never know with this bitch. She does whatever she wants to.
Honestly, with some of y'all's recent behavior, I wouldn't put it past her to just be like, they can wait.
Y'all can wait.
And I will. I don't know if there isn't whatever you want to do, sis. I don't even.
She's like, I'm still kind of doing the Lion King thing.
Oof.
So,
Did you see that trailer today?
I did not watch the trailer.
I'm going to cry no less than 4 times.
Oh, wow.
Circle of Life, when Mufasa dies. Can You Feel the Love Tonight?
Oh,
Beyonce and Donald Glover.
That's going to be really pretty.
And then probably the end.
Okay. Yeah, I always cry at Circle of Life. That song just gets me, man. So
it looks like it is going to be really well done.
I'm excited for it. I really am.
I can't wait.
So
that I would take some,
Beyonce.
I would take a 3-year-old
Noah
to
don't know
that.
how many movies she going to see. She has no idea.
I would take a little one to that one because I remember seeing the first Lion King in the movie theaters twice.
Mm.
And that's one of the first like movie theater memories I probably have. I went to see it, I think just probably with my mom and dad the first time.
Mm-hmm.
And then I remember my daddy loving it so much that we went back with like my grandma and aunt and maybe some other people and saw it again.
I remember going with my church friends, the only friends I was allowed to have. Yeah.
That is so essential to your lore. Like that is like
you just have to know that about me. My only friends were people related to me and people who went to church with me, and that was it. Otherwise, them was my school friends, and we was only friends at school.
There you go.
And that was it.
There you go.
Oh, my mama was crazy.
Speaking of bringing kids up, Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade took loads of photographs. Or, well, Dwayne wasn't actually present because he works. But Gabby Union and Dwayne.
Yes. That is his name.
Zion.
Oh, the little baby. Oh,
the
the
11-year-old son.
Yes.
The Pride baby.
Well, because they were at Pride.
Okay.
I mean, but he is the gay child.
Well, Dwayne's 11-year-old. His name is Zion. They all were taking part of the Miami Pride Parade festivities. My homie Zion had on the impeccable outfit, first of all. These sneakers are, well, your daddy's Dwayne Wade, so.
It's a look.
But Gabrielle is out here looking like the captain of the Clovers. Like, where is the age?
No, it's
my God. Like, what the fuck?
You're like, girl, I thought you had a newborn. You don't look stressed or tired or nothing, girl. Goddamn.
Shit.
I don't understand.
I mean, what the fuck? Anyway, his brother was out there. Looks like other friends and family. And the Miami Parade is nice because it's like literally right there on the beach.
Oh,
so
nice.
It's like,
yes.
It's fun. But I just wanted to, give them a quick shout out because this touched my heart. It really, really did. Like this type of support, no matter who this young man grows to be in love, this just acceptance of it doesn't matter. We're going to love you and support you anyway.
Yeah.
Is really beautiful to see, especially from a family that is influential and they Black. So I really love to see this. It meant a lot.
It made me think of Magic Johnson and how his support for EJ has been, I think, crucial for a lot of particularly straight Black men to see. Like another man supporting and like visibly, vocally supporting his queer son. And so to see the same thing happen with Dwayne, I had to really try not to say Dwayne.
That's his name.
And Gabby, it was just like, it made me think, what would it have been like to grow up in an affirming household? And then I was like, literally cannot even imagine how much less therapy I might need if I could have been totally open.
Would have discovered life on another planet.
Like, damn, my potential was really stripped from me, but it's it's fine. It's fine.
I'm happy
for this baby. Like, he looks so happy, and it's beautiful to be surrounded with that kind
really
of. And
is.
if you haven't seen the Budweiser it's not really an ad, but it is an ad.
Yeah.
For Dwayne Wade, because this is his last season playing. You really need to go watch.
I definitely
You will
saw
fucking
that.
cry. You will absolutely.
It got me a
sob.
taste.
I don't understand how you cry at the things that I never cry at, and then the things where I'm openly weeping. You're like, that was a bit moved.
I got misty.
What? I fucking sobbed. The Parkland Boys jersey. Oh my God.
Yeah.
When that girl gave him her cap and gown from graduation.
Yeah.
The boy who gave him his blue lace, his fucking mama. Oh, dog, I don't know what's wrong with you.
Yeah, I loved it from the perspective of like, you're bigger than basketball. Like, you're a good person.
Yeah, you're a good person.
And you've done some really dope things that we appreciate. So yeah, that was a really beautiful ad.
I definitely want somebody to ask his mama, like, about the spelling of his name, though. I don't want it to be a rude thing, but I just want to know how it came to be DWY, and yet it isn't pronounced Y. I just want to know.
I mean, maybe that's just what she wanted. I mean, I don't even.
I mean, she said she was going through some things, so who knows? But I just want to know.
Maybe it could have been a typo, could have been a mistake, or maybe that's just how she wanted to spell Dwayne.
That's like Oprah. Her mama wanted to name her Orpah, but she spelled it wrong.
Worked out,
and it worked out just
best,
fine. That's right.
That's right. So, I mean, Dwayne, I think your weight is great.
Shout out to the Wades, because that is really beautiful.
Yeah, I love this a lot. You guys are awesome. And thank you, because I loved seeing that. And I also
thank you
loved
for posting that baby on Instagram. She's just a doll.
Isn't she?
I love all newborns.
Does she already have like a nonprofit?
Oh my God, probably. Does she really?
I don't know. I might be making it up. I feel like she does, though. I also love this photograph of Dwayne crisply landing on Chrissy Teigen and John Legend at a game.
That picture's hilarious.
And being, far more concerned with whether or not he made the shot he was going for.
I mean, it was a great photo.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
Chrissy and John, I mean, if their faces get smashed by booty meat and sweat, then oh well.
It's his last last season.
It was his last regular season game. It was probably an honor for them.
And I think this was his last. Was he in Miami? Because I think this was his last home game or something. I saw somebody recently saying something.
I have not been keeping up with basketball this sezen. I don't know what's going on. I don't know who's in the playoffs or anything.
I forgot they played it.
Okay, well, all right.
So, I mean. But when I worked for the Heat, he played, and I've told this story a million times. So for me, I was just like, aw.
Yeah.
I remember when White Hot Heat was like a thing for the first time.
Oh, that's sweet.
So cute for you. I don't know, I was over it.
No, okay. Well, I mean, you weren't really into it. No, you weren't.
But, I always liked him because Dwayne Wade was like one of the first basketball niggas at like outside of college that I could name.
Okay. Well, that is a good reason to like somebody.
Not one of the first. One of the few. Yeah.
I honestly don't know which is worse.
And Shaq still played basketball.
Hey now. So this was a while ago.
Did he even play for anybody else after that? I don't even know.
I don't remember.
Anyways.
Shaq bounced around with a bunch of one-season contracts, and then he was.
Let me tell you something. I got this game called NBA Playgrounds on my Switch, and it has you can play like very, very classic basketball players from ages ago and current, and then for some basketball players they have each team they ever played on in case you had your favorite or whatever. And I learned through this game that Shaq has played for damn near every team in the National Basketball Association. I went to all of these and I'm like, Shaq played for this and them niggas too, and for teams I never heard of in my fucking life. Nigga played for Miami and Orlando. What the fuck?
I cannot believe you bought a basketball game.
Yeah, it's fun.
Wow.
Because it's not as complicated as 2K. It's it's much more of a pick up and go kind of a thing. It's fun. I like it.
And they all figure out Smash Brothers.
They all look like PJ's characters. You can't what? You can't figure out the Smash Brothers?
Yeah, I tried to play Smash Brothers today, and I got very frustrated and cut it off because I could not figure out how to fight.
The whole point.
Right. I was like, you press random buttons and sometimes they would yell electricity at somebody or something, but.
So you picked Pikachu.
Yeah. But I just could not. And then all of a sudden the whole fucking screen changed and we was on two totally different shits.
Yeah.
And
that's part of the appeal of Smash Brothers.
Yeah, I had to cut that off.
Smash Brothers is beautifully chaotic. It's about chaos. It's about a million things happening on the screen at the same time.
Okay.
And your ability to keep up with all of that while demolishing your opponents and having a great time doing so.
Why they don't have an easy mode for people who are learning and just need some help?
Because you don't really need to. You could just go to Versus or whatever and then just turn down the difficulty of the computers.
Oh, you can adjust that.
Yeah, you can make
the computer whooped my ass.
Yeah, I think the default is maybe their difficulty is 4 or something like that. Turn it down to 1 or 2 or whatever, and then find them. And you can even turn off the stuff that happens in each stage too. Yeah,
I saw them control settings, but I didn't know what the fuck all that meant.
I think you will have fun with Star Wars. I think you'll have fun with Smash Brothers, especially that's definitely a party game. So by the time we get full force in the summer and start playing games at each other's house and shit like that, you can be good. I heard you're slang at Mario Kart.
I'm so good at Mario Kart that I need something. I need a new challenge. I'm so good at Mario Kart.
That's great to hear.
I come in first place all the time now.
Look at you.
I came in first place twice in a row yesterday.
Oh my God.
I was just like, wow, bitch, is there nothing I can't do? Like, I'm so good at this.
Play Smash Brothers, apparently.
Okay, well, you know.
Every game's got a learning curve.
I'm stung, but yes.
I just started playing Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney.
I don't even know what that means.
It's like a legal anime game.
What?
You play
sounds so boring.
No, it's fun. You play like an attorney and you solve these cases.
Oh, okay. So it's like you're like a detective.
Yeah,
you're not a lawyer.
It's not a lot of reading.
Because I'm like, right? Is it like I have to reference case study 4, 5, 6, 9? Oh my God, really? You
collect clues and you do investigations, and then you cross-examine witnesses. And
what a nerd-ass game.
It's fun.
I would have loved that as a kid. I would have loved it. Okay, now I'm gonna, what's it called? Ace Ventura? That's not what you said.
Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. It's a lot of reading though. It's way more reading than like right.
So
it's fun.
Perfect.
And you get to go, objection.
Oh yes,
it's fun.
I can't wait.
What were we talking? Oh, there's a show. Okay, so listen.
What show?
Cardi B is tired of being you girls' role models. I think somebody brought up some of, she's still in hot water over them. Those old clips that came out.
Oh, they still mad at that.
Her drugging niggas and
still don't
treating
know what
trans
the fuck
women.
y'all thought this was.
Treating trans women as if they're some sort of straight nigga punishment.
Oh yeah, I remember dragging her for that.
Gross. So she responded to a tweet and said, "For these past years, I've been watching what I say, and I haven't been myself." Have you? Girl. Watching what you say, sis. I've been feeling trapped and sad because it's not me, but everybody tell me to be it for me to be this role model. Okay. And guess what?
I think I can guess.
That's all we can do. People still spit my past right in my face. So for now, I'm going to be my old self again.
Oh, man.
And to that I say, sis, God bless. Because if whatever shit it is has been on the back burner, sis, and you're bringing it out now, my God.
Oh, man. What that says to me is, I want to believe that Cardi is just fed up and frustrated with the stress that people put on her.
She's always frustrated.
Person. Right. But what that sounds like to me is, I didn't really mean any of the times that I've apologized for the genuinely fucked up things I said. I just said that so y'all would shut up, but y'all still not shutting up, so I'm gonna go right back to that shit.
I could easily see how somebody would arrive to that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I feel like it could go either way with
essentially, what you're saying here is that people done told you to act a certain way and to not speak a certain way and not bring up certain stuff, and niggas are mad at you anyway, so let me just, be like, all of the things that I claimed I wasn't or better than,
right, or I didn't know no better. Like, oh girl,
one of Cardi B's biggest problems has, in my opinion, has always been talking too damn much and being way too reactive.
Yeah.
And as at the same time, I've also said, she's fresh out the Bronx, fresh out the club, all of this stuff, like this level of fame, I could absolutely see being too overwhelming.
Oh yeah,
100%. For anybody,
100%,
honestly, but. People are spitting your past back in your face that you spit at us first. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you didn't, I didn't know nothing about any of those.
You told me about the drug and nigga shit. I did not know.
I didn't hear that on the street. So I'm just like, sis, you setting yourself up. You already kind of have. So I don't even, girl. Get a diary.
Right? Like this is what I'm saying. Cardi is having a hard time managing her fame, and it's kind of like. But girl, you cannot.
You deep in it now, though.
Right, like you're too deep in it. You're not gonna stop working.
At the very least,
that makes sense.
You are definitely at like get my pussy ate, lay out on the yacht. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Fuck these niggas.
And that's fun.
Type of, and you remind us all of the time that you rich and you got all these bags now and stuff like that. And I enjoy your little hippity hop moment. A lot of your songs are cute and stuff like that.
Yes,
but I've always kind of felt like you are going to be the one. And haven't I said this? Like, I don't know why so many niggas are like pressed to get Cardi out of here when I've always felt like,
Cardi will get herself out of
here. Give
her
the time to get herself. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, therapy could help a lot here. And not trying to be funny, which I'm never trying to be funny.
Assuming she isn't in therapy.
Well, I
mean, I would be
assuming she's not in therapy. Assuming she is not, because I just feel like if she was, one of the main things she would probably, I don't want to say need to focus on because I don't know her life like that, but I do know that a therapist can help you manage the fact that you are a real person, but people don't treat you that way.
Therapist could at least be like, so got some notifications today. Saw what you're up to. Okay, you all right?
Let's work through that. Let's talk about the feeling you had when you said, fuck it, I'm finna go back to the old me.
But I also feel like if she had a therapist, she would be so quick to be like, my therapist told me that I gotta stop calling you, whatever the fuck, you poor bitches, or what, I feel like she would bring it up.
Stop calling y'all broke asses some broke asses.
Like,
but at the same time, she would be spreading the good word of therapy. So, you take the good and the bad with Cardi. I just hope she does not take this as an opportunity to just go full ignorant. I just really hope.
I mean, that sounds like what she's saying.
But I fully agree that Cardi B is not supposed to be y'all's kids' role model. She never was supposed to be. She never came out with anything that was anywhere close to appropriate content for children.
But look at Rihanna responding to the I'm not, you're supposed to be a role model thing versus like a Cardi. Rihanna has always tried to been like, girl, if you don't raise your own kids
that's
and put it to bed,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm a grown ass woman. So it doesn't have to be this whole, I don't know. I just think she needs to I get it, but
she needs some time to adjust because Rihanna certainly had her moments where she would clap. I don't even want to say clap back, but she would just go at niggas or go back and forth with niggas.
But let's look at, and honestly, Rihanna's clapbacks should
they were hilarious.
A coffee table book at this point.
So good.
They rarely even seem like they're coming from a sour, you even got me mad place. Rihanna would just be like, girl, worry about your shoes. You know what I'm saying? That hairline.
Still mean.
You know what I'm saying? Good luck picking that stage you speak of.
Yeah.
She would hit you girls with that and then go back to smoking her L.
Yeah.
So
I just seemed like it kind of seemed like she hit a stage in her fame where she was like, bitch, I am literally wasting my energy on that. I do not have the time to be on the internet reading y'all's fucking comments and being worried about what the fuck y'all got to say about me. And I just think Cardi needs to get to that place. Let them talk, girl. They still gonna stream your shit. They still gonna do dance videos and stuff to your shit. We still gonna be thirsty as fuck for a picture or a video of Culture.
She's
just
pretty
let
pretty.
Them talk. She's adorable.
She is a pretty gorgeous
And every time
baby.
I wake up in the morning, I check Cardi's Instagram story. She is taping this child at 5:45 a.m. Culture.
Oh, I ain't seen a picture of Culture since that first one.
She put up one the other day of Culture and him.
I don't follow her.
They look just alike.
Oh, wow.
They look just alike.
Thinking about it, she does look like
she
a
looks
lot
exactly
like her.
Like Hennessy. It's wild.
Well, girl, good luck with whatever.
I just want you to get to a point where you can start to ignore these niggas.
I don't even care. I just don't understand why you don't at this point.
I don't want to see no black woman getting in her own way, but I feel like Cardi is close to going down that path.
Yeah, well.
Okay.
So Coming to America Part Dos is officially in pre-production.
Woo!
Academy Award winning Ruth E. Carter.
That's right. Don't forget the E.
She's a little hottie McHotness.
Okay.
She's a little cutie patoot.
All right. Hottie McHotness.
She is.
This is very Rosie O'Donnell of you. Remember that she used to call everybody a fucking cutie patootie.
She did used to do. Oh, I
loved Rosie.
It's just so much. Especially that everlasting The View drag. Speaking of which, let's just. Joy was like, is this check worth it? I don't really have to come back here.
You saw that spirit. Joy Behar was like, I really got to think about whether I want to destroy this little girl right here on television. Do I want to do this live?
Before I think, nigga, Joy was still processing the fact that this bitch even tried her before she could even get to a reaction.
Part of your job is to listen to me.
And Joy was like, did this bitch just... And before she could even really get into it, Whoopi was like, okay, so let me tell you something. We're not going to do this.
I don't know if Meghan McCain really understands and appreciates that Whoopi Goldberg saved her life.
Her life.
This girl, Joy Behar had that spirit rumbling up inside of her. You could tell, like, 3 more seconds and she was going to be like, well, bitch, first of all, you don't never say nothing worth fucking hearing.
She was so pissed, she forgot what she was about to say.
That look on her face, I was like, ma'am, I totally and completely understand.
I can't fucking stand Meghan McCain, bro.
Yes, I can't.
She's such a whiny, entitled, bratty little, like
yes,
runt. Like, she just gets on my fucking nerves. Bro. Like, there's one thing, it's one thing to like have like spicy debate and even get a little irked or whatever, but to be like, part of your job is to listen to me, so who the fuck do you even think that you are? Do you know how long I've been doing this goddamn show, sis? Who the fuck are you talking to?
I am, girl. I could not believe it. Somebody hit me up on Instagram and said, the look on Joy's face is exactly how you looked right before you cussed out that white man who said that, like, if you knew the history of blackface, then you would understand.
It's absolutely like a transition from, did this bitch really just...
you just fucking tried me, so now I have to go off. Joy was about to give it to her, and I low-key wish Whoopi hadn't stepped in. I mean, I know it was probably for the best.
It was absolutely for the best.
But I wanted to see Meghan McCain shed some tears on stage. And I feel like it would have happened. Joy had it. Oh, man. That spirit was rising up from deep inside of her.
She just grosses me out. She grosses me out. I cannot stand the way that she speaks to people. I can't.
I know. I
can't. Anyway.
Part of your job is to listen to me. Bitch, the only reason you're even here is because of your dead-ass trifling daddy. I don't give one fuck about anything you know
that's the only reason that anybody gives a fuck about you or knows
she
who
does
you
know,
are.
because she mentions her father all the fucking
every
time.
Fucking week.
Girl,
or every day.
I can't. Next time, I hope Joy gets the chance to really tear into that bitch. And don't spare no feelings.
Ruthie Carter posted on her Instagram page, "Good morning, my neighbors. It's official preliminary fitting for Coming to America 2 with Prince Hakeem, Semi, and Oscar. Oscar being her Oscar."
I said, wow.
Here she is posing.
Black women are everything.
Like, oh yeah, that actually,
That's
Oscar,
me,
the one
That's
I
what I
won. Just, I love it. I love seeing these niggas walking around like these well-deserving brown folk walking around with that Oscar everywhere they go and having other niggas pose with it and shit like that. I just fucking can't. But, here we have photos of Eddie Murphy here posed with her Oscar, and it looks like they're actually gonna be doing this movie. Arsenio Hall is there too for his fitting.
It's about the kids, right? It's not about them.
I don't know if I read an official synopsis or whatever for the movie yet, or if there is one. But I imagine. Oh no, I think they said something about he finds out he has a son or something like that, and goes back to find him or something.
Maybe. I thought it was that the son, grew up in Queens or whatever, and then found out that they were Zamundan, and then
Zamundan.
Man, don't ask me how long I thought Zamunda was a real country.
Oh my God, all of us did.
Don't ask me.
All of us did.
Ridiculous. Well, whatever. I'm sure that I will at least, give this movie a chance.
Oh, I mean, I'm going to see it GP. Right. It is what it is.
I'm finna.
But it can't possibly hold a candle to the first.
Well, you know how we love the first. I think we're gonna have to just accept that Coming to America is a classic, and just we're always gonna hold it in that high ass regard for what it means to so many of us.
And you just can't tell that kind of comedy or like bits of those types of jokes and comedy it's like you can't tell those types of jokes anymore.
Right, but I think you can make something that is good and modern. May not compare to the nostalgic quality of the first one. Like, we're just always gonna, niggas know that movie. We quote it to each other all the time in passing, probably when we don't even know we quoting it. Like, it's just
true.
Such a huge part of Black culture. So I see what you're saying, but hopefully we can, give it a chance. And
I think that it can still be a funny and well done movie.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think we're just gonna have to go into this separating them, like you're saying,
kind of like how y'all like the third Friday, and I don't.
Yes.
Some people are like,
none of them are as good as the first Friday.
None of them are as good as the first.
But they both also have really funny moments that.
Yeah.
Just
not the entire movie being a funny moment like with the first. The first
thing. Movie is just great. Like
them old.
It's the one I watched the most.
The Jehovah's Witness. Well, fuck you too.
Are you prepared for Jehovah's return? Because if you not, I got a pamphlet slam. Well, fuck you. Half dead motherfucker.
I hate you.
Come on, sisters.
So good.
But the third one has them the women. I wonder if that was supposed to be like some sort of a callback. Them old women who was out there singing the Christmas carols and got cussed out by Day.
I've only seen that one like once or twice because I really disliked it.
They were singing "Joy to the World" and Day cussed their asses out and they sick their sons on them later.
It probably is supposed to be a callback. I like that. Kind of.
Well, like we said, we're gonna go watch Coming to America 2 anyway, and it'll probably still be hilarious, but the first one will more than likely still be
right. I mean, you know how we are.
It is what it is. Speaking of movies, the Rihanna and Donald Glover film Guava Island is set to premiere on YouTube as part of Coachella's live stream.
Oh, okay.
Yep. I don't know how that's going to work, but I guess they'll just have a slot. Childish Gambino is a headliner for the festival, which begins this weekend, along with Tame Impala and Sleeves.
Oh,
so it says here that...
the fact that at first I was like, what the hell band is Sleeves? And then I remember.
People think I don't like Sleeves, and I think she's great.
I love Sleeves.
I love Sleeves. She's so funny.
She's sleevey. She is just...
She's like cute and talented and fun and, has a great sense of humor, but then she's also like really unintentionally funny sometimes, which I love about her. But people think I don't like the child. I just think it's really hilarious. Hard not to make fun of me. She got little charcoal girl tattooed on her head. Like, you just have to laugh. But I think she's adorable and great.
Exactly. Same.
So the film, which I didn't know much about, I remember this picture of Donald and Rihanna on set coming out ages ago and wondering what that was about. But IMDb says the film is a tropical thriller that casts Donald Glover as a musician with designs on pulling off a scheme to rob his way into the good life, which quickly gets him in over his head.
Yeah.
And there was like a little trailer that leaked online. It looks like it's going to be fun. Letitia Wright Letitia Wright is also in it, which is a great sign because
it is.
I can watch her do whatever.
She's great.
So I'll definitely be checking that out because Rihanna's in it and Islands and Letitia Wright.
So, I mean, does this air on YouTube at a certain time, or is it like we'll have to just go to the YouTube/Coachella or whatever?
Well, I'm imagining that at some point soon there'll be like more official information about it. I feel like they just released time slots for a lot of the performers too. But it says like April 13th, which I think is Saturday. So
okay,
no doubt whether you watch it live or whatever, you'll have some access to it probably not too long afterwards or whatever if you want to go and check it out. And I do. So that's something to look out for as well. Hope it's great.
Nice.
I mean, I could look at Donald Glover and Rihanna for long periods of time. So win for me. Also on the list, I was going to talk about this LMA Jacquees thing, but do we care?
I mean,
did you hear about it?
I saw her tweet where she said, she would be so embarrassed if somebody brought her on stage and only asked her to sing somebody else's song.
She is tired of him.
Oh, and then I thought something real shady. I had to put it in the girl group chat.
So just show it to me. Because
I was like,
whatever that
something
is.
Else that's super embarrassing.
I did not need to see Mariah Lynn and Rich Dollaz kissing.
Oh, gross! What is that for? Is that for the show?
I guess.
Oh, no, ma'am.
Oh, that's fine.
Mariah Lynn. Why is that still a thing? Like, for this girl to be on this show for so long, I literally never hear anybody talk about her outside of this show. Like, I never hear anybody playing your music. I just never see you getting booked anywhere. Or maybe I'm just missing it. Maybe it's like small festivals or, intimate gatherings.
Love and Hip Hop has celebrities and they have Love and Hip Hop celebrities.
Yes, you're right. And that is an important distinction.
Yeah.
Some of these people are legit famous and we watch the show to see them. And then some of y'all are famous because of what you do on the show, keeping up fuckery.
And it's also probably like your like main, if not like largest source of income.
Right.
So reason for you to keep coming back. All you got to do is give them producers a story.
Yes.
When they ask you. So what's going on in your life?
She's a mess.
Oh, I'm lying about this. Scamming my way through that.
So who are you willing to lie and say that you were sleeping with in order to like be on this show? That's really what it boils down to.
And you can still tell what is bullshit and what even has like a tinge of truth in storyline.
Yeah.
Because these motherfuckers can't act.
They're not good actors. That's
like the problem.
That's very important. When somebody who works on the show told me that they be like on set all day for hours and hours, I'm like, how could it possibly take that long to film this shit? I do not understand how filming an entire episode of Love and Hip Hop don't take at a max 5 or 6 hours.
Because when the improv starts to get a little off course,
no,
Mona just appears in a cloud of black smoke. And she says, cut, run it back, do it again with feeling, or you'll never eat again. Okay. Well, let's move on to Lil Nas X. Hot new musician on the scene here. He's got the #1 song in the country on Hot 100.
Yeah.
It's not on the country side of things, but still #1. I also read it's like slated to be one of the most dominating #1s in the charts, alongside songs like I Will Always Love You and Shape of You and other things.
They're projecting it to stay at #1 for that long?
Well, it's like it has like 3 times the score of whatever is #2. So it's like not only #1, it's like #1 by a lot.
Yeah, okay.
I guess. So whatever that
Everybody
means.
is streaming Old Town Road. Does that include the remix, or is the remix the one that's #1?
I think it's that's a good question.
Yeah,
Let me check. You can
they
actually
count
just
that.
go to Billboard.
Because if they count the streams for the remix in with the original, then it's like, yeah, I can see how ain't nobody else gonna be #1 for a while.
Goof.
So
it's just him. Old Town Road, Lil Nas X.
I do love the song.
So it has actually been creating this discussion for a while now, even before this remix, because they pulled it from the country charts a while back after, saying that it doesn't like reflect whatever countryness, I guess, that's supposed to qualify for those charts.
Yeah.
Which caused quite a bit of an uproar for some people because they feel things that we'll get to in a second.
Right, I'm sure we will.
For those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, Lil Nas X is a young black kid. And he just released a remix to this song featuring Billy Ray Cyrus after asking the internet to help him get Billy Ray on the remix late last year, I believe.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, so he really wanted this thing on the remix. It's not like just some out of nowhere whatever. So
right.
Some people feel like, it's not country, it shouldn't be on the charts. Some people feel like it should be, and we invented country music anyway, so who the fuck are you to tell us anything? I have conflicted feelings.
Okay.
So on one end, I feel like it's not really a country song.
Same. I do as well.
But at the same time, I feel like it shouldn't have been taken off the country charts. And I'm going to tell you why.
I agree.
I feel like if he were Caucasian, they would have left it right where it was. If it was Billy Ray Cyrus' song, whether Lil Nas X wrote it for him or not, if it had just been Billy Ray Cyrus, they would have left it right there on the country charts. And whoever over at Billboard Country and all these country fans would have just been like, no, what the fuck kind of fucking drugs? Is he Miley now? Or what's going on with him? But they would have said that in their little personal corners. Maybe even a Caucasian or two would have written an article about it. And it would have never come from a shady or disrespectful place.
Right.
You know, but they would have left it alone. White people like fuse genres and stuff like that all of the time, and they can call it whatever the fuck they want to. White people add trap beats to all kind of genres, and they can call it whatever the fuck they want to. I don't think that there would have been this like pushback or any sort of a change or debate or anything if he were a white kid.
Yeah, that's true. White people are allowed within country music to experiment with the boundaries of country
Right.
and still be considered country.
Yes.
Like Taylor Swift, an incredible example. This is some northern bitch. I mean, she's from fucking Pennsylvania, girl.
Mm.
And the bitch put a ukulele in her hands and a crimp in her hair, and y'all acted like she's the next fucking Carrie Underwood, and I don't get it. Y'all sat up there and acted like this bitch was a Reba, and I just, I just was...
I'm a survivor.
I really just, I fought back against Taylor Swift's placement on the country charts for so many of her songs. Not all, but a lot. And so I feel like if you're going to let Taylor Swift or anybody else really fuck around with what is country, then you should also let the nigga do the same thing.
Right.
But I heard it and said, this is not a country song. I know why some of y'all think it is, because he has a very distinct country accent. Not sure if he's putting on or if that's his
I
real
saw
accent.
like his Genius video, and he does have an accent.
Okay.
It sounds like he
is exaggerating it?
he exaggerates it a bit on the song,
Yeah.
and I think he acknowledges that, but it doesn't. He sounds like he's country.
Yeah. Well, and I think it's the accent and the fact that some of the lyrics are referencing country shit, like having horses and riding them. But I mean, production on it is absolutely not country, and he's doing that singing rap shit that niggas have been doing for the past few years. It's like
the beat has like country elements to it,
especially in the beginning,
right?
But then that thumping ass bass line comes in, and I'm like, girl, this is we're about
country rap,
contrap, yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Hip hop is a known genre of music. Like, it's honestly, it's country like honky tonk, but donkey donk, but on the black side of things. It is.
Wow, it is.
It is. It's
oh my
fucking
God,
around
it
with
is.
genre, except more on the nigga side than the white side.
Oh my God, it is.
It is. That's why I love it.
So yeah, I mean, I feel like it definitely sounds more like nigga. First time I heard that shit, I thought 21 Savage was trying to be funny. I thought it was 21 Savage shade, like but
I hate you.
Yeah, I mean, at the same time, I kind of feel like this kid anyway seemingly has a real appreciation for country music. I'm more interested to hear like a full body of work from him and how country might influence him on other records.
Yeah.
You know, like
let's hear something,
if at all. But this song, it definitely sounds more like a rap song with a fusion of country in it, or a little bit of country, than a traditional country song. But I also understand the outrage because, nigga, if he were white, y'all wouldn't have even an issue with this at all.
Right,
so
exactly.
It's weird.
But you're number one on the Billboard, period. So
there you go. I mean, at the end of the day, your future looks bright, sis. Make what you want to make.
And Billy Ray Cyrus's verse is great.
Yeah.
It's great.
I'm gonna take my...
I saw a tweet that said Miley got to be so pissed that her daddy stayed true to himself and never decided to fake some shit, and now he on a poppin' ass nigga record.
Yeah.
I said, ooh.
Didn't have to put a jersey dress on.
Billy Ray did not go get some fucking cornrows and shit. Decide he was going to jump on a track with Future. He didn't do none of that.
I love every second.
I screamed when I saw that shit. Yeah, this is not country.
Horses in the back.
I've been listening to it. I'm part of the reason he's number one, because I've been listening to it
horses
like pretty nonstop. I love it.
Booze mad at black.
I mean, it combines really two things I love a lot. A lot, which is niggas in country.
Got my horses in the back. I just like saying that.
Yeah, keep on.
I don't know.
Do some more country accents.
I don't like the rest of it. I haven't listened to it as much as y'all, but it is a catchy little ditty.
I really like it a lot.
I do.
So
I'd like to hear what else he's gonna do, though.
Did you know he used to be like one of them Nicki Minaj trolls on the internet?
A Nicki Minaj troll?
Somebody did like a profile on him. It was like a feature that came out like a day or two ago, and he used to be one of them niggas like sitting up in TweetDeck all day trolling people about Nicki Minaj.
I mean, everybody's got a past.
That's right. Everybody's got a past.
whatever. I don't know what to
But
make of
that,
it.
when I read that, I thought, so maybe he's more like fucking around and came up on a one hit than, an actual artist.
That's what I'm saying. I'd like to hear more from him.
Exactly.
Because he may really just be
We will
pimping the
see.
game.
Right. And I'm not mad.
And
Get your
I'm
fucking
not
check.
even almost mad, bro. You know how many times me and Asante done sit up and been like, if we could just
All we
make
gotta do
one
is
fuck-ass
one
song.
fucking fire
Just
song.
one.
Yes.
And I know
That's all you
many
gotta
of
do.
y'all have smoked weed together and said the same thing because it's true.
It is true. All you need is songwriting credits on one hit song, nigga, and you will be getting checks forever.
And don't let them sample that shit later down on the
right.
line.
That's right.
I mean, just go eat.
Right. Forever.
Forever and ever.
You might as well be Diane Warren. Diane Warren will never go hungry. Do you understand?
Ever in her, like ever. Never. No one.
Not ever, bitch.
No one over there will ever have a burger without cheese. And bacon.
Yes, bitch. Yeah, I do want it deluxe.
I actually do.
Lettuce and tomato.
You know
and
what?
Fries as well.
I don't even like fries, but give them to me anyway. I know that the sweet and sour is 50 cents extra, you bitch.
And then
Pile it
I
on.
want two.
I want two.
I got it all, bitch.
Well, that's about all I have this week
Amen.
for
Amen.
Hot Tops, whatever I called it, behind animal lines. Because those are important. So let's take a break and we'll be back.
Hey y'all, support for this week's episode of The Read comes from Third Love. Third Love uses so many data points that are generated by millions of people who have taken their Fit Finder quiz to design bras with breast size and shape in mind. The result is a perfect fit with a premium feel. All you got to do is answer a few questions to find your perfect fit in about 60 seconds. Then once you receive your bra, you can wear it, wash it, and put it to the test for 60 days. If you don't love it, return it, and Third Love will wash it and donate it to a woman in need, which is so dope. It's all part of their 100% fit guarantee. This is hands down the most comfortable bra you will own, with straps that don't slip, tagless labels, and lightweight, super thin memory foam cups. I tell y'all all the time about that 24/7 t-shirt bra. It is the most comfortable bra I have ever put on my chesticles.
I'm getting one.
It feels so good. Like when I come home and I don't immediately want to take my bra off, like I'll take my shirt off and leave my bra on, you know that bra is something else, girl. Third Love knows there's a perfect bra for everyone. So right now they're offering our listeners 15% off your first order. Just go to thirdlove.com/read now to find your perfect fitting bra and to get 15% off your first purchase. That's thirdlove.com/READ for 15% off today. Do something nice for your titties. Let's get back to the show.
Okay, so we're back, and it's now time for listener letters.
It is. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com.
Aunt Becky is up for 40 years?
Listen, I will scream if this white bitch actually gets some jail time.
I can't wait to see how she's going to get out of this, because I know she is.
I think I saw some headline today that said she wasn't taking it very seriously.
I saw that.
And was rejecting the initial plea. Like, girl, if you don't
She rejected because she thinks the DA is bluffing.
Girl, I mean, do DAs do that?
I don't know, sis. I don't believe so. I kind of don't think that they give a fuck about you doing.
I would have did like Felicity Huffman. Felicity Huffman wrote a great apology.
Obama was like, look.
It is an A1 apology.
I am just so ashamed and sorry.
Ashamed because I am a trash human being. And most of all, to those of you who actually work hard and do your fucking best, and your parents bust their asses for you to get into school, and all I did was pay for my daughter who didn't even know I was helping her little goofy ass get into school. I am just so sorry because
Felicity,
I am garbage. And whatever punishment, I deserve it. Give me some more, sir. She was just... I said, yes, Felicity is
please, sir,
deep in
may I
sorrow.
have some more?
Yes, begging for additional punishment.
Child, her writer said, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. No, this is how it's going, and you're going to do it.
Oh, man. Yeah, so I don't know. Becky might really have fucked herself, but I
can't wait to see this play out. All right.
All right. Send your questions. Yeah, asktheread@gmail.com. Our first letter comes from Penelope.
Love it.
Penelope says, hi, Crystal and West. JK, hi, Kid Fury.
Oh, I answered to the first one, really.
Long story short, my dad had a kid with someone when he was 20 years old, and that child was given up for adoption. Today, my dad, who is now 57, decided to tell my brother and I, who are 22 and 25 respectively, about our half-sister, who is now 36. Our mom has known about this child the entire time that they've been together, which is the past 32 years, And they just decided they were not going to tell us about it until we were adults.
Oof.
My dad did the DNA ancestry test about 2 years ago. As other people take the test and get results, you get notifications of new relatives and if they want to contact you. And that's how my half-sister found my dad today.
Oh.
I'm not mad at my half-sister for wanting to know more about her family. She was adopted into a nice family, and from the little bit of info I know, she seems nice. We as a family are going to meet her in a couple weeks since she's only 3 hours away. My dad has never had contact with her or known where she was, but he knew she existed. My entire life, I thought it was just me and my brother, and now I have an older half-sister who is married and has 4 kids of her own. My younger brother is fine and doesn't seem to care that this was a secret, but I am not okay. I don't know how to handle how mad I am at my parents for keeping this secret from me. Am I wrong for being upset with them? I don't even know how to talk about this. Thanks in advance, Penelope.
All right, Penel. I would say that you are not, you're not wrong for how you feel, or your feelings here are not invalid or.
Yeah, this is a huge shock.
Yeah, like that's a lot to have gone 20 some years and have an older sibling, and your parents knew and never said anything. I could see that being a little rocking. Talkspace, or a therapist, however you want to know. Like, seriously, I think that you're probably gonna just need to talk to, or maybe you guys can have therapy together or whatever if you want. But I think my first suggestion would definitely just be to have somebody, even if it's just one session, that you can sort of vent about it to, and hopefully cuss and just sort of get the feelings out and receive some sort of a responsible and like educated response on how things are moving and sort of how to treat it, because at the end of the day, your mama and daddy, as we've said before, are human beings. They're not like parents. Parents are not like these gods. They're like, they're human beings just like you are. And him having a kid at 20 was probably insane.
Yeah.
And so while I understand like the frustration and shit, this is something that's like pretty big and emotional for everybody.
Right.
And it's going to like require, I think, y'all to sort of be in sync in a few ways, and you're gonna have to do some forgiving and stuff, and I think that you'll be able to do that. But I would definitely first suggest you talking to somebody, even if you have like a friend or an aunt or uncle or somebody in your life that is just quite wise, and will like hear you out and give you some good advice. But I think you might probably need to vent, and just keep in mind that your parents are human and they fuck up, and right.
I think I don't think that you are wrong for your feelings. Your feelings are whatever they are. They're not wrong. They're just there.
Right.
And I honestly see a lot of me in you, because if I had found out that when I was 25 that I had a half sister, I would have been like, excuse me, the fact that nobody told me.
Absolutely.
How dare you? Like,
I would have made it The Young and the Restless.
Yeah, you're kind of making this about you when it literally has nothing to do with you. It happened so many years before anybody ever even thought of you, girl. No shade.
Like, stop for 2 seconds and think about how your daddy is processing this.
Right. Like, I know this is a lot for you, but it is a lot more for him and for your half sister, and probably even for your mama.
I was going to say,
you. And you have to keep in mind that it's not like he had access to her. It's not like, I'm sure this was a closed adoption. It wasn't like, they kept in touch with the birth parents or anything like that. It's not like you would have ever known anything about your half sister. You didn't miss out on a relationship with her or anything else. It's just, this is how it ended up going down. I think you just kind of need to reposition the way you're thinking about it. Because right now it's very much turned inward. Like, oh, wow, I can't believe y'all didn't tell me this, and me, when there's just so many other people here who have a more direct involvement with the story. And it's just kind of like, okay,
and I'm sure that
now you do know, but it's not like you missed out on something with her that, your parents didn't deprive you of something with your sister.
I'm sure that that's also a factor for them too, is hoping that the kids get along and how are they,
I mean, at this point,
processing
everybody's
it and
grown,
stuff like
but
that. Yeah, I mean, it ain't gonna stop you from, not gelling well with a new bitch that's coming into your life that you don't know like that. But child, situations much like this have been much messier.
Right.
I mean, I don't know if that even helps, but
she is 12 years older than you are. So, and 4 kids of her own. So I don't think...
Let's hope that she's in tap with her 36-year-old sense.
Yes. I hope that she has been through therapy around adoption and questions about who her birth parents are and all that. Honestly, therapy sounds great for every single person involved in this story. But yeah, I think it will help a lot to just, instead of thinking about your feelings, think about, if you had gotten pregnant 5 years ago and knowing who you were at age 20. What would your 5-year-old look like right now? Would you have kept the baby? Would you have given it up for adoption? Your dad was 20 and, whoever he had this kid with, I'm sure was around the same age. And it's like, dog, everybody involved is just making a choice. And nobody was trying to slight you with that choice.
Right.
And now that I don't think I can really fault your parents for the way they handled it.
I can't really fault your parents for the way that they...
I don't really see anything wrong with the way they handled it, but I do understand that you are upset, and I think you should be able to feel that, and you should be able to express that, and hopefully you can express that to them.
But just keep in mind,
received, right? And to be heard, and not automatically like, girl, shut the fuck up, because this is none of your goddamn business or whatever.
But just keep in mind, this is going to be a journey for everybody.
Yeah, this is your daddy's child that he has not seen in 37 years. This is huge.
Yeah, so, you gotta kind of...
You gotta, you gotta think about it like that.
Yeah, honey. I mean, come on now. So, I'm just saying.
Yes, that's real. Okay. Next question comes from...
Barbosa.
Barbosa says, I'm a 24-year-old born and raised in LA who just moved to Dallas, Texas. I moved for many reasons, but a bonus is that my oldest friend lives here. We've been friends for 12 years, but we fell out and didn't talk for a few years while we went to different colleges. Part of the reason we fell out was because she kept putting relationships with manipulative people ahead of our friendship. When we became close again 2 years ago, I was going through a difficult time, and I needed unconditional support, which she gives me. But now that I'm in a better place and we're in the same city, I'm realizing that I spend less quality time with her now than when we lived in different states. The problem is that I never see her alone. She's extremely codependent with her husband, even though he's trash and complains about her and her family to me.
To you?
To you.
He would. What an idiot.
They share one car between them and they're a package deal whenever I want to see her. We often have to amend our plans around him, and he inserts himself into every conversation. My dad has gone to dinner with us all and seen the situation, oh Lord, and thinks that the husband is manipulative and will never let me hang out with her alone because he wants her to depend on him. I'm completely over this emotionally draining situation, but I don't want to upset my friend with my concerns. I kind of feel like it's not my place to comment on her marriage since I was her maid of honor, and I made the decision then to give her the same unconditional support she has given me.
Okay.
Do you think I should tell her my concerns, or should I just let her live her life and adjust to the situation? Thanks for your time, Barbosa.
So I think that you should mind your own damn business, and I'm going to tell you why, right? First of all, you didn't really say why you moved to Dallas, did you? She just said that many reasons, but one of the greater things is that this best friend is there.
Bonus is that the friend is here.
Okay, cool. A bonus. Okay, bonus I like better than what I, remember hearing.
She said bonus.
But if this woman is married and you've spent some time apart, she has a different life than you. In a few senses, which means that priorities may be different. The way that she moves might be a little bit different, and that's going to take some adjusting. However, I think here the focus should be more on your friendship with her and the connection that y'all have, because it sounds like it started with that and then it turned into, I can't stand this nigga. Should I tell her that he's trash? So you could just be like, hey girl, let's have a girls' night. Let's have a ladies' night out. Let's go do
I think that's part of the problem is that he just doesn't like, I don't know if it's like she's not allowed to do that, but he's always there.
But what I'm saying is I didn't hear anything that, implies that you have suggested that. If you've just been like, oh, let's go out and he shows up, then what I'm saying is suggest like y'all having a night, like bring it up, and it doesn't have to be in a way of like, I never see you with just you. Your husband's always around. Can we just like, I just want to hang with you. Like, just be like ladies' night. Yeah. I think that's usually, isn't like ladies' code of being like, I can't stand these niggas. Like, can we just
ladies' night automatically means leave your fucking boyfriend at home or your they friend. Leave all them niggas at home.
If that turns into a thing, then you have more to work with. Yeah. Because it sounds to me like you're assuming that he's manipulating her into not letting her be around you alone. Like, and that can be murky, especially depending on how you might want to go about it. I think you should ask her about having a ladies' night. Say you just want to hang out with your girl and, talk about, dicks on the internet or whatever. I don't know. Like, whatever. I don't know.
I would definitely tell her that her husband is complaining about her and her family to me. What the fuck is that?
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's crazy.
Well, that's something you can bring up on the ladies' night.
So, girl, while we're waiting on the Jiffy Pop, I just wanted to bring up. You got a drink? Okay. I just wanted to, tell you that Lil Michael has been, he said, your daddy don't never fill the tank up when he bring the car back. And honestly, you could do a better job of washing out that tub. Like, I would definitely tell my friend, girl, your man, and I don't understand a man who shit talks.
Just put the Alizé on ice.
Wife.
So while we wait, let me tell you.
Oh no, that's a
Kevin
mess.
said that he tired of your mama. Every time she come over there, she smell like Frito-Lay, the honey barbecue kind, and it gets into the rug, and he's disgusted. And I don't know why he felt comfortable, sharing that with me.
Your brother leave Cheeto dust all over the furniture. I mean, I'm not saying it.
I didn't. This is what he said to me. I don't even know what he's talking about.
Yeah, but I think if it gets to like if you're trying to have this ladies' night or whatever, like just a hangout, and she just can't do it, like something always comes up, and her man is popping up, or why don't y'all come over here and hang out with me and my man? Then it's like, okay, girl, like you do still have to be your own person, and that's when I would start to worry.
Because if you have like concrete evidence that he is like manipulating her in whatever way to like not spend personal time with you or whatever for that reason, like plenty niggas out here like that. Yeah. But on the same time, she could be just one of those types of people who want to be with their nigga 24/7. So
I mean,
maybe
maybe that's why you have to be a little bit more explicit, like girl. So it's a ladies' night. It's all of us who, if you've been friends with each other for at least 10 years, and you can kind of hang out night. So
that is a different party. I think ladies' party is real cute and discreet, and you can see how she responds to that.
Yeah,
and then you can put more together. And then if it does turn out that he is sort of controlling her in that way, then you have all of the ammo you need to let shit fly.
Definitely like. This whole unconditional support thing that you keep saying, I don't really believe in this idea of unconditional anything, really. Everything, conditions, boundaries are conditions.
We're human.
Right. And, there's got to be a line somewhere. And I cannot support your marriage if I feel like you're being abused in it. I will not support that.
Right.
So,
I just didn't hear anything here yet to lead me to think that.
Right. But if you see something that looks more like, she's being controlled. Like,
then like bring it up. Yes, absolutely.
Tell her like, bitch, I'm literally worried about you because I know one of the first things abusers do is try to isolate.
And on top of that, he told me that your daddy breath smell like panties.
And he be talking shit about you too, girl. Ooh. Next time he's around, just put your voice memos on and just in case, because you never know if she don't believe you.
That's
you need
something
some audio
else.
Backup.
That's
voice
something
memos
else.
Are very clutch. I'm just saying, I use them a lot.
Next time y'all around each other and you get off to the side and put your iPhone, put your phone on your back pocket, be like, so Kevin. What was it that you were saying about Deidre's daddy's knees again? Didn't you?
That wasn't you. Do you want to say it again? Like, just kind of whisper it in this direction.
No, you don't remember. You had said that his knees look like gobstoppers. Remember?
Please. please shut up.
Whatever. Just, it sounds like, and it also sounds like you need another really strong friend or two in the city of Dallas, Texas. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
Yeah. So, but good luck. I understand being concerned for your friends.
Me too.
But yeah, don't feel like you can't say anything because she, supported you at a time when you really needed it. She may also really need somebody to support her in getting away from this nigga. We don't know.
Because if we're devouring real tea tonight, okay,
I'm ready.
You will see the trash nigga before your friend does.
Oh, every time. Your friend is digmatized.
They see a whole other nigga.
Yeah, they see a walking
with
orgasm.
A glowing aura at all times.
They don't see the crust around his eyes or his mouth.
And you see Oscar the Grouch immediately from the first moment.
This man is not even moisturized. What are we doing here?
So when you were in the kitchen, he was snapping at you. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah.
If you heard that. But he was snapping.
He snapped at you like a fucking dog, girl.
Followed by, bitch, where's my Heineken?
Like, girl.
So I was I don't know if you heard that part.
I don't know if you, but sis, does he have you trained, girl? We don't do that. No, I'm concerned. I'm worried.
I don't know what's going on.
I'm just a little, right. So, woo, good luck with that. You didn't say whether you had specifically asked her to hang out alone. So,
but I mean, if you did,
have,
now you know.
Move straight on to step 2.
Amen. There it is.
All right. We have a question for the couch this week. This comes from Alex, who says, I'm a longtime fan of the show, and I have 2 questions for you and Kid Fury related to therapy and not caring what people think. 1, how do you make sure you are actively doing the work outside therapy? And 2, how did you learn to not care about other people's opinions regarding yourself? I have always struggled with worrying about what people think about me, and I related a lot when Crystal was talking about how much she beats herself up for silly things that she messes up on. I worry about what family and friends think of me, and I even sometimes worry what the people I don't even like think about me. I really don't know how to get to a point where I am content not giving a shit what people think about me. You and Kid Fury are so awesome, and I'm always noticing how much confidence you both have.
I don't know who the fuck this person's talking about.
I would love to meet that bitch.
I haven't heard anything about me yet.
So I'm just wondering if you have any advice on how you got there and if you actively worked on it daily. I enjoyed seeing y'all in Denver. Hope you enjoyed your gifts. Forever on the struggle bus, Alex.
I loved Denver.
Denver was such a treat, as is honestly every city where weed is legalized. Every city where recreational weed is legal. We just have a great time.
You just get it.
Man.
So wait, what was the first one?
How do you make sure you're actively doing the work outside of therapy?
I make physical notes that I will either place somewhere up around the home or just anything that sort of, snaps me back to whatever it is that I'm supposed to be working on. But I even have a notebook where I either will write something that I take away from a session in therapy, or even just things that come to me, on my own that I'm I need to keep, I need to remind myself of this. I need to jot this down, and I'll just look through it, periodically or however often, just to, see where I need to tighten up at, or, ask myself, am I doing this the best I can? And also the 4 Agreements, one of my favorite books ever. I read that book all the time because it's very short. It's a real small book, so it's not a hard read at all. But I took a lot away from that too, even long before I started going to therapy. And the agreements themselves, I always will go back over and then start to evaluate and question myself about, those things as well. So it's not like you're gonna wake up, every morning and just be like, yep, I got it today. I'm on a mission to do this living shit right. And I
try.
And so do I.
And that peters out at a different time every day. But every day I wake up thinking, bitch, we are going to self-care the fuck out of ourselves.
Right.
Today.
And sometimes,
we'll see.
Sometimes it's sometimes I catch myself slipping and I tighten up, and sometimes I'm I don't give a fuck about tightening up today.
Yes,
fuck today.
Sometimes I don't have it.
Period. The end.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you the past 2 days were rough on me. Bitch, the absolute last thing I want to do is leave this house.
But I also one of the things I tell myself all of the time is to give myself a break, and not always an actual duration of time, but
Yeah.
just like chill out
Yep.
and like remind yourself that you're human. You are not a robot. Nobody is.
Mhm.
You don't know everything. You ain't ever gonna know everything. You ain't for everybody. You ain't ever gonna be for
Yeah, it's
everybody.
literally
And
impossible.
that is okay.
Yes.
That's being a person.
It is.
So you're gonna fuck up, and that doesn't mean that you should give yourself, the room to fuck up when you just don't feel like trying.
Mhm.
But if you know that you're genuinely putting in the work, and you're like trying to make these changes and be more active in bettering yourself, you're gonna slip because you're a fucking human being.
Right.
And sometimes some shit just ain't gonna rock you the right way. Sometimes you're gonna get up and be like, I don't know why I feel like shit today, but I just don't. And maybe that day is Tuesday and you ain't gonna even realize what the fuck was on your mind and what bothered you so much until like Saturday.
Right.
So you gotta give yourself
You have to be kind
room
with yourself. You
Yes.
have to be gentle and patient with yourself. A lot of it for me goes back to that whole 6-year-old parenting your 6-year-old self thing that my therapist said.
I saw you say as a first-time parent, bitch.
I'm so tired.
I mean,
honestly, raising a 6-year-old is exhausting. My God, this bitch is so needy. Jesus.
Wow, yeah.
Always something. Yo,
Yeah.
you hungry. Oh, you thirsty.
Yeah.
Yo, you need to lay down. Oh my God, damn.
It's hot.
I ain't got no clean clothes. Damn, is that my job? It's
Right.
like, damn, it is my job.
Yep.
It's literally my job to do those things for you. Yeah, I don't really beat myself up anymore for like silly things that I mess up on or even, important things that I mess up on that I have been dwelling on since I was 8.5.
Like facts.
Because sometimes I'll think, remember that time when you were in the second grade and you made it to the second round of the city spelling bee and you misspelled unguarded? Remember when you left out that second U in unguarded? Do you remember,
dumb
bitch?
bitch.
Do you remember, you stupid bitch?
You stupid
Remember?
bitch.
Because Mama was going to take you to McDonald's to celebrate and she had to take you because you was sad. Do you remember?
And because of that day, this why you ain't shit now. Like,
honestly, I'm not surprised that you've never thrived because
Right.
you couldn't spell then and you can't do shit right now.
Look at you.
I don't talk to myself like that no more. Praise God.
Right. Because our default is like,
Yeah.
when we fuck up and we feel like we could be doing better or we should be doing better, our default like reaction, I feel like, again, as people, is to get mad at ourselves. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be, I feel like you are a genuine flower. You like a unicorn in the field, bitch, if like your default has always been, that's okay. I'm gonna get them better next time.
Well, I really think it depends on who talked to you and how they talked to you when you were a kid and fucked up. Because some people do have that, brush it off, move on. Tomorrow's a new day. And then some of us have people who were extremely hard on us when we didn't do something perfectly, or they always held us to this higher standard than everybody else. And that shit is actually very damaging for kids. And then they grow up and don't unlearn that. They just continue to beat themselves up anytime they feel like they miss the mark. So at this point, first of all, I have those moments less. Like, my anxiety has lessened significantly. Thank God. Because I used to just be constantly worried about all the ways I was fucking up.
Yep.
And so now when I have a feeling like that, I kind of do like a woo, woo, woo. Oh, you upset? Oh, baby, what's wrong? Oh, oh yeah, you didn't like that, huh? That was uncomfortable. Well, we're going to move on now. It already happened. Like, it's kind of like shit like that. Sometimes instead of parenting my 6-year-old self, it feels more like my mama telling me how I'm parenting my child. So sometimes it's more like my mama's voice being, this child has been up for 2 hours. She has not brushed her teeth, washed her face. She has not eaten. She has literally sat in front of this couch eating candy and playing video games. What the fuck are you doing with my grandchild? A lot of times I hear my mama going, you cannot order out to eat for the 3rd day in a row. If you don't take your ass in that kitchen and cook my grandbaby something, I am going to slap the shit out of you.
I always hear my daddy because he used to say all of the time, and I remember him saying that his father told him this, and those are always the worst lines.
It is.
Those are just because they feel like there's nothing
that nigga
around
was fucked up as well. Don't pass me his trauma, hoe.
But I made it all the way through to life in this point.
Yes.
And my daddy told me this, and I had to listen. So, bitch, shut up and you listen
you will listen as well.
My dad used to always tell me, if you can't think of a productive thing that you did when you get into bed, it was a wasted day.
No.
And you shouldn't have wasted days.
Oh, no.
My dad used to say that. To this day, I still think about that. I'm better at dealing with it now because, you know what I'm saying? I'm 31 and I kind of have a more rounded idea or understanding of how life works. But that shit used to fuck me the fuck up. If you didn't do anything productive when you get in bed today, you wasted it.
See, and I bet the definition of productive was very narrow. Like it couldn't be, oh, you worked on your self-esteem today.
No.
Or you processed some difficult emotions today. You know, you cleaned your room today or whatever. It had to be, you
changed the oil in my car.
Something, right.
Yeah,
you did something measurable and quantifiable and, you know, up to whatever standards when.
You fix the shingles on the roof.
You don't there is no price you paid to be human. Like, you don't owe productivity to anybody, to this world. Like, some of us simply are not capable of producing in the same way that others are. We are all very different. So, I mean, I get it because I definitely was told similar stuff, but it's like when you're older and you've been through some shit, you're like, ooh, that line of thinking is not great.
And here's, again, like I said in one of the letters, my parents are human beings, you know, they're just a man and woman.
Flawed
so
people.
They're not perfect. They are from a different generation. Mm-hmm. They also came from, you know, places where compared to like ghettos here, you know what I'm saying? Like just no water or light, you know, just for days, just because.
We just don't have that.
And
there's
that
just no power or sewage.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
And so I understand that, like, raising, you know, Black children in America, there was a certain level of, you know, wanting them to have a certain structure, drive, and productivity so that, you know, we could go out there because we did have to, you know, do twice as much to get half and things like that.
Yeah.
And so
that's real.
It's just harder to process things in certain ways when you're younger. You know? And I don't think I ever held any of that stuff against my parents or whatever. Still, like, I don't. But it is just something that now that I'm older and I have sat down and spoken to people and things like that, I just have a better idea of what they meant.
Yeah.
And, like, if I were to have children one day, I would know how to break that down.
Yes.
You know, I would know a better way of, like, passing that knowledge on to my kid if I were to ever do something like that.
Oh, God, yes. I'm going to do so many things differently. But I also, you know, I do have the context of, you know, my parents just being human beings and not the godlike creatures that they appear to be when you're young. Because when you're young, they are. Like, they literally shape your world. They tell you what the rules of your world are, and you basically live by them. Like, you live under these people's influence, and there's nothing you can do about that. So I accept that. I accept, you know, the context of the times and, you know, parents doing their best or what they thought was right or the best that they could do or the best they thought they could do. I get all that shit. I really do. Like, I totally empathize. But at the same time, like, I feel like people have to be accountable for the ways that they have failed their children.
Yeah. I was just going to say that because it's like there's a difference, I think, in parents in the today of things, especially with adult children, still sort of being stuck in their ways and having like a refusal to open up to the idea of where their kids are coming from because it is now a different day and age. You know, we grew up and experienced things differently. A lot of the lessons that they passed down to us to prepare us for things, you know, we went and experienced those same things, but in different ways that they did, either because of, you know, where we grew up or just the time, technology, things like that. So, like, while I do say, you know, you got to consider parents being human, you got to consider differences in generations and stuff. It is still ideal in these types of issues to have a space where you can have a conversation with your parents about certain things or things that they could have done better and for them to receive that. Like, that's really, really, really important, you know, because I see like letters and I have conversations with people all of the times who have who bump heads or have strained relationships or weird relationships with parents because of stuff like that.
Yeah.
And that gets murky. And I think a lot of times we as people take it personally because you know, it's your
hard not
parent.
to,
It's right. You know what I mean?
But that is really about your parent and whatever shit they went through. You may not know all the ways your parent was traumatized as a child or a youth and all that. We getting into all kinds of other shit.
Right.
Now. But as far as like learning to not care about what other people think about you, I think you just have to constantly remind yourself, like, we get very caught up in our own worlds and we start thinking that, like, because we're the center of our own world, that other people are thinking about us with the same intensity or like are really studying us like that. And so it helps me to just put everything into context. Like, I am feeling, you know, really overwhelmed in whatever way, or I'm anxious about, like, for me, it's like I really had struggled with being recognized, especially in places where I'm wearing like pajamas or I don't have makeup on or whatever. And part of that has been a refusal to accept that it's going to happen, feeling like, you know, if I just like constantly insist that nobody's ever going to know who I am, then they just won't ever know who I am. And my therapist was like, so is that method working, or is it okay? Because it's not, because it sounds like it's not. So you just kind of have to remember that, like, there are so many people on this earth, billions and billions of people on this earth. You are just one speck in the giant span of humankind history. There are so many souls that came before you and are living with you now and will come after you.
Yep.
So you just, you know, I try every day. Every day is like, I'm just going to try to have a good time. I'm going to try to find the joy in this day. I'm going to try to do my best to take care of myself, do what needs to be done, you know, for me. But I can't be worried about whether other people see me being human. Whether that means, you know, I'm running errands and I got on like a fucking raggedy ass outfit and somebody recognizes me in the middle of Harlem. Or if that means, you know, people didn't like something I said and so they are mad at me on social media. Regardless, you're just going to have to think whatever you think about me, because I am a human being existing in this world. And all I can do if I fuck up is be accountable for that. But the rest of it, like, I just don't give a shit what you think about me, because I'm human just like the rest of y'all are.
Right.
So, oh well.
Yeah, for me, I don't think there's really no one who truly doesn't care what anyone thinks of them. I don't like I think there are levels to giving a fuck about what people think about you. I'm talking about
the general outside population, people who are not family and friends.
Right.
Right.
But that is still, those are still anyone's. You know what I mean? Like, if you give a fuck what your friends think about you, or what your girlfriend thinks about you, or what your husband thinks about you, what your mama or your uncle or your cousin think about you, those are still people. So what I'm saying is, it's a human and very valid emotion to be, you know, concerned with what people think. But I think there are levels to that. Again, I also don't really care too much about what the average stranger thinks about me, because I am a tiny speck in the like history of this planet and civilization and shit like that. But also because many of the things that we think about when we're like this, when we're thinking about this long list of whatever people could think of us, don't fucking matter.
Right.
You know, like, they're so stupid.
Yeah.
Sometimes, like, I see, to this day, I see like the fussing and fighting and the back and forth on social media or whatever, or if I see somebody say something crazy in one of my mentions or whatever, I might think to myself to say something, and if I even, like, I almost never even hit reply. If I do, I almost always delete it, because who cares? Who cares? It's one thing for you to think something of me that completely goes against my moral code, or, you know, is like complete, like, you know, you accusing me of some illegal shit or something like that.
Something crazy.
Like, that's one thing. But for you to feel like, oh, well, I don't like that bitch's voice, or, you know, I think he talks too goddamn much, or I don't agree with what he said about K. Michelle.
When people tell me they don't like my laugh, I'm like, I don't know what you want me to do with this information.
You want me to never laugh again?
I'm so sorry.
Like, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, where are we supposed to go with this? Right. You gonna keep thinking that I'm gonna keep living and laughing like this, so there isn't really a discussion to be had. All I can do is keep living my life and minding my business. Like, I don't know. So I think for me, also a thing that helps me is and it also reminds me of the spec that I am. When you look at like real shit, just in the today of things, if you just take yourself over to an MSNBC,
just look at the headlines, girl, because there's so much going on.
what people think about your jeans that you wore to the club last weekend, girl.
It means nothing.
It means nothing.
Donald Trump is still lying on TV every fucking day, girl. White people spreading the measles around. What?
And even going back to the couch and thinking, like, I mean, we're still there. But, like the earlier part, when we were talking about feelings of ourselves and training ourselves to not cuss ourselves out and treat ourselves like garbage all the time. I'm way meaner to myself than a stranger on Twitter could be.
Listen, you girls,
and on the average,
you girls have tried your hardest, but
and I can't get away from me.
I just have to tell you, I'm simply better at it.
I can't mute me, bitch. There's no filtering my opinions for myself, bitch. No. So you can't really say nothing that's gonna move me like that, especially if I have no fucking clue who you are. It just doesn't matter. It's so irrelevant.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's time. I don't know if it's an age thing or if it's just the type of person that you have to be or what. But it took a lot more training for me to just look at from the bigger picture, the most of the opinions about me that come my way or don't are not going to matter in the grand scheme of things at all. So what is the point of even caring?
Right.
And it don't mean that you still gonna have days where you go out and maybe you're a little bloated because you just ate some PF Chang's.
Good ass Chinese. Whatever. Why was we both thinking Chinese?
I don't know why we were thinking, but
because it's full of sodium, it will bloat you, but it's so good.
It's worth
give
me some
you
more.
Be like, if I'm swollen and I don't give a fuck, it's
more sodium.
May I have an additional serving,
please? Maybe you got a little pooch and you feel like whatever, and that's okay because you're a person. You're allowed to feel whatever. But
maybe you look like somebody's fucked up old ass baby doll. That's what I look like a lot on the train. But you know what? If you happen to see me looking like somebody's abandoned fucking Cabbage Patch doll, then guess what, bitch?
My God.
That's just what I look like today. Oh, well. I am a human being. So I hope that helps, Alex. I hope you got something out of all that we just did.
Yeah, I hope so.
You can send your questions for the read or for the couch, whatever, to asktheread@gmail.com. We will be right back.
Hey, so this one goes out to all of my entrepreneur girls. When you're selling things online, we know quite well that getting your orders out of the door quick can be difficult. That is why you should use ShipStation.com. It's the fast and easy way to manage and ship your orders. Our wonderful white woman, Alexandra Rago, has herself used ShipStation to get your sweaters out. Shout out to y'all also for being models, basically. And the reason that those things can get out so quickly and efficiently is because of ShipStation. ShipStation helps you get orders out and keep customers happy, whether you're using your own website or if you're using Amazon, Shopify, Squarespace, Etsy, BigCommerce. There are over 90 other popular selling channels, and ShipStation brings all your orders into one simpler interface. You can use ShipStation to create shipping labels for all of the top carriers, including UPS, FedEx, USPS. You can even leverage Amazon fulfillment, which I love.
That's fancy.
With ShipStation, you'll ship more in less time with the best rates available, and this is why ShipStation is the number one choice of online sellers.
That's right. You can try ShipStation free for 30 days and get an additional month free when you use our promo code READ. So don't wait. Go to ShipStation.com, and before you do anything else, click on the mic at the top of the homepage and type in READ. That's ShipStation.com, code READ. With ShipStation, you can make ship happen. So go do that. All right, let's move on.
Also, turn your dream into a reality with one Squarespace.
I was about to do the dream music, like the tinkling sound, but no.
Okay, but we're still here, and it's fine.
No, I'll work on it.
Whether you're trying to launch a brand new website or maybe the website you currently have is ashy and you want something brand new and sexy and moisturized, you can go over to Squarespace, where they'll make it easier than ever to launch your passion project. Whether you're looking to start a new business or maybe you've got some fancy artwork or something you want to show off, or maybe you want to blog about how much you hate your ex or sell, slippers, I don't know, more, whatever are you thinking of, Squarespace is the tool for you. With beautiful templates that are created by some of the best designers all over the globe, and the ability to basically customize and switch around and sexify anything on the site with just a few clicks, you can easily make a beautiful website all by yourself. They've also got a powerful e-commerce functionality that lets you sell anything online and analytics that will help you grow their site in real time. Everything is optimized for mobile right out of the box, and there's nothing to patch or upgrade ever. Couldn't get simpler. Buying domains is also easy, and you'll get the help you need with Squarespace's 24/7 award-winning customer support, just in case you do slip up. Squarespace currently empowers millions of people, from designers to lawyers, artists to gamers, even restaurants and gyms, to turn great ideas into something web real.
That's right. So head to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch your site, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a site or domain. Again, that's squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Build something great. Now let's wrap up the show.
Okay, we're back, and it is now time for the read.
Yes, it is. Would you like to go first?
Sure. Wait, what's yours?
I'm going to pass my read this week.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay.
Pass the read like we used to.
Are you not, or are you?
No, I'm passing mine too.
Okay, great. Phenomenal. All right. So I actually have two reads. That's how much I love both of these letters that came in.
Okay, great.
First one comes from Andrew, who says, "Hello, Kefir and Crystal. I hope this reaches you in a timely manner, but I just wanted to touch base on and talk about the backlash surrounding NSDA and Lupita corresponding about her mentioning spasmodic dysphonia during the press tour for Us. While mentioning the inspirations that went into her characterization of Red, she mentioned the disorder and NSDA, the advocacy group for the condition, merely commented on how this was harmful. Lupita spoke with them and apologized not only to them in a written statement, but on The View, and the group in turn accepted and reiterated that they never wanted to condemn her or the movie, so all should be good and over, right? Apparently not. To make a long story short, people have been saying that this is only blowing up because Lupita is Lupita, and there have been lots of, well, where were y'all 30 years ago for Forrest Gump, or what's eating Gilbert Grape?
I did see that.
And all I can say is that disabled people not only have always spoken up on these issues, but did so even then. Whether it's about a sure-to-be failed upcoming CW show that has a blind lead character but couldn't find the right blind actress, the Kevin Hart movie where Bryan Cranston played a disabled person, or the horror movie Split where the villain has multiple personality disorder. Oof. Disabled people always push back against these injustices. It isn't that Lupita's call out is sudden so much as it is that your attention is. Unless you are disabled, you need to stay in your lane and mind your business about what disabled people should or shouldn't feel about how they are portrayed in media, lest you sound dumb, lest you sound as dumb as the lawyer trying to tell Crystal about the history of blackface. It's come up again.
It's an iconic moment.
Signed, Andrew, a black queer disabled man. And then Andrew puts very nice things about us here at the end. And I just love this because I saw so many people like being mad at this, being mad at the call out. And I understand wanting to protect, our black kings and queens and being like, well, don't come for Lupita if you didn't come for all these other people. But y'all are mentioning stuff that, first of all, happened before social media, and we see a lot more complaints because of social media.
Absolutely.
People who are marginalized and have not had an audience now get to have that thanks to the internet. So we're hearing a lot more stuff. So maybe part of that is where y'all are coming from. But what was that movie with Jim Carrey where he had a personality disorder?
Oh, God.
Oh, man. And I remember people were being pissed then. He was like schizophrenic.
Was it The Truman Show?
No. The Truman Show was the reality one.
Oh, yes.
It's going to drive me crazy.
Fucking
Me,
shit.
Myself, and Irene. That's what it is.
Yeah.
A lot of people love that movie, but I remember even then there being like critics who were like, this is so fucked up and an extremely unfair characterization. And I think it's just really important to, first of all, follow Lupita's example on this. She acknowledged in a beautiful way, again, in a written statement and in public on TV. She did it on Instagram. Like, she made it clear where she felt like she had done something wrong. And this apology was accepted, and y'all could have just moved on, but y'all are making it more about your feelings than about what's actually happening. And it's kind of like, if you would just stay in your lane where your intersections meet and listen to people whose experiences you don't share, then, maybe this all could just go a lot more smoothly. But I know it's the internet. You niggas love to argue. However, Andrew really laid it out for y'all. So I hope that you take note. Our next, this next quick note comes from Kay, who says, I just want to read this doodle bob looking bitch, Candace Owens.
Oh. I wasn't ready for that.
You weren't. That dry press out having bitch had the nerve to testify at the congressional hearing on white nationalism that there was no Southern strategy, despite actual historians and people who have actually read books saying no bitch it happened.
What in the
Here are the
idiot.
receipts. She sat up there next to victims of hate crimes and defended white supremacy and nationalism like the dumb trout-faced looking fool she is.
Oh, yes.
And while the hearing was being live streamed, racist degenerates that make up the GOP base were leaving a cesspool of racist, homophobic, anti-Semitic, and Islamophobic comments on the live stream. YouTube had to shut down the comment section. Wow. I just want to give a big fuck you to her, and I hope they at least paying her over $1 million to be the highest definition of an Uncle Tom. Also, a hearty fuck you to YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, the GOP, Donald Trump and his cabinet, the deplorables, and all of the cowardly Democratic leadership that refused to bring forward impeachment hearings on this orange bitch. But of course, shout out to the few black and brown women in Congress getting shit done as usual. Shit is just getting scarier by the day, and the longer that orangutan is in office and people defend or do nothing about the shit he's doing, the more dangerous things are for us. Black churches are mysteriously catching on fire, hate crimes are rising, our movement leaders and black judges are mysteriously ending up dead, and it seems like only a few people give a damn. She went on, and she also put in some great sources here. There is a podcast called Gaslit Nation that she linked. I also really love Gaslit Nation. It is incredibly smart and well done. I recommend that. There's also an organization called By the People. And, of course, Impeach Trump Now, which is at impeachdonaldtrumpnow.org. And I've never been more in line with anything. I'm 100% for it. But I just had to share this. Thank you, Kay, because she dug into Candace Owens' ass in like 4 simple sentences. And it was everything I felt. Seeing that bitch, let me tell you something. Black girls know. Black girls know. Honestly, probably black people know. But you get one good look at that bitch's head and you realize Candace Owens never had a chance. She never had a chance. I don't know if she grew up around white people. I don't know if somebody taught her to hate her hair. But it looks like every attempt I made as a child to straighten my hair without my mama's help. It looks like she went swimming with her white friends and decided to be cute. Thought she could come back, rinse her hair out, let it dry, and then stick a flat iron to it and it was still going to be cute. No, bitch. It looks chewed up. It looks gnawed off. Her shit. Sis, somebody needs to introduce you to a quick weave.
Maybe she's a tethered.
Maybe she is a tethered who snuck her ass up here and the real Candace Owens is somewhere down there with thick, beautiful hair and pissed.
Or maybe the government really got it right.
Okay, here you go.
She said
anyway.
They were to control people.
Thank you, Kay.
Like
thank you, Andrew, for your words.
And
because,
the tethered did not have hair salons.
Here you go with the fucking tethered. I am convinced now that the little boy was switched out.
Yeah, there are a lot of theories about that also.
The fact that he was building tunnels on the beach. It's like, what you know about tunnels?
Oh my
Oh, you seen these before?
Oh, wow.
Your brother's kind of weird.
What's that?
Just saying. Okay, anyway, I'm done.
Oh, okay. Well, that was riveting.
What did she call her?
Doodle Bob. Wow.
Doodle Bob is insult that I haven't used since I was probably 8 or 9, but we need to bring it back, bitch.
Woo, that
Doodle Bob face ass
sent me.
Amen. Amen.
All right. So my read today comes from, I'm going to say your real name because you put it, Sharon.
Okay, amen.
Sima says, greetings and salutations, Crystal and Fury. I hope this brief read finds you both in the comforting and renewing mammy titties of spring.
What?
It says, dear flowering trees.
I was about to say, because my allergies are whooping my ass.
I was going to let y'all cook since you provide oxygen, even though you provide it indiscriminately when some folks don't deserve it. And you provide scene setups for my favorite running from danger sequences. Scenes from The Walking Dead that combines 2 of my favorite things, zombies and Michonne / Shania Guerrera, who looked so
my God.
fucking good.
Nigga, I actually screamed
on
my
Instagram.
Phone. I screamed
during this
phone.
Avengers press event.
I could not handle her at all. I was like, I actually have to close the whole fucking app, girl. How dare
God.
you? Oh my God.
What a beauty. Now that y'all have caused me the embarrassment and anguish of having one of my favorite professors side-eye me in class because my eyes look like I smoked an ounce of Oprah's finest kush before class and I'm scratching like Poogie in New Jack City, y'all are officially my enemy. That's right, she's reading trees. Since you are my enemy, I wanted to learn more about you. But when I think of it, y'all have always been some haters. First, you allowed my ancestors to hang like strange fruit without coming to the rescue. Second, for every whooping I have had with a switch, you are indirectly responsible. Third, I live in Missouri, and the dogwood trees here smell like the back of Kimberell's neck.
Oh, they do. Come on, old meat.
Returning to research on my new enemy, I learned that pollen is basically tree sperm. You trees are like Peter guns, literally recklessly spreading your seed without regard to where it may land. If you're going to blast me with sperm, first ask my permission. Second, at least pay me.
Well,
I'll take my payment in yuan since the country is done for and China is up next. I don't know how to pronounce that currency.
what is it called?
Yuan.
Y-U-A-N? What is
That's how it
that?
spells.
I don't even know what that
Yuan.
is. Wow, I am not at all cultured.
Y'all will correct me. Y'all are invested in chauvinism and patriarchy, and I am Fannie Lou Hamer to your obnoxiousness. Sick and tired of being sick and tired.
I cannot.
To conclude, I hope the wildfires of K. Michelle's taint burns you all into oblivion, that the brimstone of Kodak Black's mouth engulfs the lot of you with disdain, Sharon. P.S. A brisk read toward my sister for forcing me to watch Us. Yes, it was excellently shot and expertly acted, but when the tethered people come, I'm joining their side and taking them directly to your house. I will be sending you my therapist's bill.
Girl,
And that's it.
you're not even gonna make it. The tethered, they kill all the untethered.
Yeah, I don't think they have conversations.
Right, they don't care about you.
With us,
Right,
yeah.
no, you saw they kill.
It's just-
like they have the one that they come in to kill, but they will kill anybody.
Yeah.
So,
They might use makeup and beat their face after or do
man.
some other shit at your house.
that was just so
that they
fucking-
never got to.
She was like, the rest of y'all came up here for work. I came to be fucking pretty.
Actually, loving this spread
Maybe
of
it's
foundations.
Maybelline, bitch.
Is that Fenty Beauty?
I'm so mad that you cussed the trees out for providing the switches that you got beat with when you were a child.
This is well written.
Me and my cousins used to, we had a song that we would sing to each other when one of us was going to get a whooping. Like we made
No,
up,
you
about to
did.
get
Of
whoopings.
course you did.
Whoop it with the switch with your clothes off. Whoop it with the switch with your clothes off. You finna get a whooping with the switch with your clothes off. Whoop it. It would like one person would do the whooping with the switch and then somebody else would be like, with the clothes off. We'd be like, I'm literally being taunted.
You were ad-libbing this song.
My cousins. Like, we
Somebody
did
needs
this
to put a beat
to
behind
one
that
another.
and make it a song. Of course,
I remember,
y'all did.
my God, when my grandma would go outside and get a switch, I would be like, wow, okay, well, scars on my legs coming soon.
We got
to get lit up.
we just got the belt. We never had switches.
Shit,
We got
Mama
belts.
Loved a switch. She
And we got-
loved a switch.
We got a wooden spoon to the hands.
Oh yeah, that hurts.
To the palms of our hands or a hairbrush.
Oh yeah, that hurts. as
That
hell.
shit was trash.
Yeah, I have been also hit with anything my grandmother could find.
Yeah, just sometimes
within
whatever's
arm's
there.
reach,
Yeah.
right? It was usually belts though.
Yeah.
But she
My grandmother, may she continue to rest in peace.
Amen.
She used to have a belt drawer. It was part of like this chest of drawers
Oh
or whatever,
my
like this
God.
tall wardrobe. And it's like it had one of those little metal knobs that sort of swing on each drawer. So every time like I was about to get a whooping, I would always hear her slippers, slapping their way down the hall back to her
Oh my
room.
God.
And then I would hear that little handle hit the drawer because she just opened it. So I knew she was searching for her best.
Oh yes.
And she had so many belts in that drawer too, of all shapes, sizes, colors, materials, and things like
Wow.
that. So I
She
always
was
pictured
prepared.
it. I always pictured her just opening it out and then putting her hands on her hips, like, which one of you girls wants to come out to play today? And she'd come out and just pull it all out and get a good lay of it, smack her hands a few times to make sure she was giving.
You're the one.
Yeah, you're the one today.
I'm gonna whoop some ass today.
Man, I love her.
Ooh,
miss her every day.
If I had like a heads up that I was going to get a whooping, I would do everything I could to prepare for it.
That was the worst part, though.
Yeah,
that was the worst
the
part.
Anticipation, like when your daddy get home, you getting a whooping. Like, God damn, I am, ain't I?
That was the worst part.
I would go hide his favorite whooping belt. One time, I remember I put on like 6 pairs of panties. I was like, I'm gonna do whatever I can to make this hurt as little as possible. And I just sat in my room and cried and waited for it to happen. I don't think I will be beating my kids. I really don't. But
yeah, no, I don't think.
Sometimes
I
absolutely deserved it.
You know, like I don't even regret being whooped. You know, like I don't feel bad about it, and I don't even know that I would judge anybody that does because I did and I'm fine. I did and I'm all right. You know,
I mean,
but
all things considered,
I don't think
I could be better.
I don't think that me being spanked affected me in a negative way. I don't think so.
I think of all the things, of all the ways that my parents perhaps failed me in my youth.
Words were way worse than the whoopings.
Whoopings are nowhere near as influential as some of what was said to me. Yes.
Whoopings had nothing in comparison to words.
Some of the things that were done right in front of us.
And most of the times I got my ass whooped, I should have known I was going to get my ass whooped.
Yeah. No, definitely it was something where I had deliberately disobeyed multiple times.
It wasn't like I asked, can I have another piece of chicken and got smacked in my mouth.
Right. It wasn't the kind of abuse where it's like, damn, you didn't even give her a chance. You just beat her ass. It was, I have tried so many times with your little dumb ass, and I guess you don't understand nothing else.
Deliberate disobedience.
That was my mama's favorite line. Deliberately disobedient. I don't understand because I don't want to hit you. I try to use my words, but you don't respond to words. I try to be nice. You don't like nice. I gotta beat your ass for you to listen to me.
I don't remember if it was Kingdom Hearts, if it was a Dragon Ball Z game, but my daddy took my games away from me because I was fucking up in school. I think I told this story before. And they all went out. Like I was on punishment, because I feel like they all went out to dinner or something and I was the only one home. And like...
That is cruel.
And I went into their room. I found where he was hiding the shit. I don't even remember what I think it was a PlayStation, GameCube, or something. Took it out, hooked it up to the TV myself, played the game in my parents' room, and I saw them lights hit the driveway. Mm-hmm. First of all,
that panic.
First of all, they're gonna wonder why the lights in my room are on.
You didn't cut the lights off in their room?
No! Oh, and furthermore, they would have still seen the light from the TV, even if I hadn't seen, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't matter. The light wasn't even the issue. I unplugged all of that shit, put it back in expertly, zoomed out of that room and went back into my room like nothing happened and knew I got away with it. My daddy went and felt the back of that hot-ass TV.
Yes, I remember you telling me about this.
I got one of the worst ass whippings. Because not only did you disobey me, you were already on punishment.
Yep.
And you think I'm stupid.
Right. And you tried to play me.
I gotta whoop your ass. I have to whoop your ass.
I will do my best to not, but...
Knowing how powerful the words are and your parents' opinion of you, I'm disappointing the fuck out of my kids. Yeah. That's what it is. I mean, I'm not disappointed. Right. But that's what I'm using. I am disappointed
in your black ass.
I just can't believe this.
Oh my God. My friend, her daughter was fucking up, like being a little asshole on the bus or whatever. And she had just got promoted to bus leader or something like that. And she decided to be a little asshole on the bus. And she said,
she was feeling her beat.
Now I gotta go out here and cuss her out in front of her little friends on the bus.
You gotta do what you gotta do.
To the bus driver. I gotta apologize to the bus driver. Like, I'm not trying to raise no shitty ass kids. I don't know what's wrong with this little girl, but trust and believe we're gonna handle that ass. I was like, that's really what you have to do because your kids are out here representing you and fucking up. Girl,
If it was Harry Potter, you'd send them a howler.
Oh, did the howlers make it to the movie?
The howlers were in the movie. Okay. Yes, they were.
Well, you know who's not?
Came over to the... You are so missing out. She said that fucking Ron's mama said that howler to the school. He opened it up. She said, "Where?"
Go off, Mrs. Weasley.
Ronald Weasley! How dare you steal that car? You're missing the fuck out on a great cinematic journey.
They put, him and Harry fly in the car. They put that in the movie.
You said that you watched up to Prisoner of Azkaban.
Oh, did that happen in Prisoner of Azkaban? Maybe That
was Chamber of Secrets.
Oh, okay. Oh, was it?
Where they flew the car?
Maybe
to the school?
erased all of it because, they just put whatever the fuck in whichever the fuck
You are
movie.
such
they
a
made
little
up
asshole.
whatever storyline they wanted to.
You need to go back and watch the movies. You watched Acrimony.
Okay.
You went to the movies to watch Medea's Big Bad Funeral or whatever the fuck that shit was called. But you won't watch the Harry Potter movies. That's fine. But you won't watch the Harry Potter movies for free.
Billions of fucking dollars. They don't need no more streams or nothing from
you can watch it for free. I have all the movies.
Good. I wouldn't go back and watch Medea's last funeral. I would not go back and do that.
Oh my gosh!
I only watched Acrimony.
They get so much better. First of all,
no, they don't.
When Voldemort comes back at the end of Goblet of Fire.
Okay.
Because I just wrapped that one up again the other day.
Oh, you watched it on purpose?
Yes, I'm watching all of them again as I do seasonally.
That's right.
I
forgot.
When Voldemort came back at the end of the Goblet of Fire, first of all, fashion. Like her back from the dead robes, I would wear that now.
Okay.
So let that be said. But also, I don't remember their actor's name. Or I don't know is it Ralph Fiennes or Fiennes? One of y'all niggas will tell me. But
I think it's fine.
I remember reading the book, right? I don't remember what year it came out, but I remember there was a large gap between Goblet of Fire, or at least it felt that way, between the book Goblet of Fire and Order of the Phoenix. So I remember him coming back to life and it being lit. They literally killed Cedric Diggory's motherfucking ass. No, and it was like, what? Like I remember it being a moment.
All that in the movie.
Why would they not put that in the movie?
Well, I have a lot of questions about things that are not. There were lots of movie.
For Goblet of Fire, for instance, they didn't even really show any of the actual games from the Quidditch World Cup. I think they only showed one of the Quidditch games at the school and maybe one of those shits or whatever. Yes. The only thing, there are lots of differences from the movies with all of them. But
Peeves caused so much shit in that fucking school. He was the reason behind so much of the shit that went down.
He was irrelevant to the cinematic journey.
What about
the
Winky?
Books are different. Mm-hmm. The only thing that was for me was I remember in Goblet of Fire they didn't have Dobby. Dobby didn't.
Does Dobby show up at
He's
some
not
point?
In Goblet of Fire.
Oh my God.
Neville, I believe, is the one who gives him the gillyweed and not Dobby. And I was just like, you couldn't bring back my nigga Dobby for this shit or whatever.
Dobby fucking saved
But I was
the
like,
day.
the girls were probably like, look, we spent enough money on CGI. Tell Navisha that she could be the one with the gilly.
I'm not watching that
and
shit
we're
no
done.
More.
You have to watch it.
I literally don't, and I literally won't.
You are so bad. You're missing out on so much fun. The actor who plays Voldemort, perfect. He just visualized that scene so well for me. Like I remember being in the theater and being like, hey, this nigga ain't got no nose. I am uncomfortable. And then just his body language and movement was really great. And then from there, it's like, take off. The movies are good. They're just not the same as the book because the books are 800 goddamn pages and a script is 170.
Yeah.
They have to they cut a ton of shit out of a lot of stuff. Yeah. But then if you watch them on Blu-ray, you get deleted scenes and stuff.
Ooh, deleted scenes.
So the stuff that they
big ass holes.
Yes, things that they have to chop out sometimes will be deleted scenes because nobody could be in the fucking theater for 5 days trying to watch it.
You know what? This conversation is really making me want to go back and reread the books. So thank you for that. I appreciate it.
I hate you.
I know you do. And that's perfectly fine with me. You're the worst. I'm actually okay with that.
What
oh my
else?
God, are we done with this show?
Sure.
All right, that wraps up this week's. Don't even know what the fuck. How did we even get into that?
I don't remember. We don't know how these things happen.
All right, this is The Read on social media. This is theread.com is the website. Do you have any news this week?
Oh,
I need to find that fucking email.
Do I have news this week?
Shit, where is that email?
I don't believe I have news this week, but I knew I had something I wanted to say at the end. I just don't remember. Oh, hate this season of Drag Race.
Oh, yes. We were talking about this.
That was what I wanted to say at the end.
What's
hate
going
it.
on?
I don't know.
Oh, no.
I hate it.
What is happening?
I love Vanjie. I think that Vanjie, win or lose, is going to be like a big successful queen just because she's fun and charismatic and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But I do not care for this season at all. And when I started to watch older seasons, like going back, I started, I think, at like maybe season 7.
Yeah.
And I've just been going to like then 6 and whatever. They brought it like 5 times harder. And I feel like I don't know.
Okay.
Something's amiss with these latest scenes. And they were shadier on Logo than they are on VH1.
Wow.
Which is no surprise. But yeah, that's all I wanted to say. I'm not enjoying this season at all.
I am so sorry to hear that, but I'm also not really surprised. And I just wonder, is the backlash being directed at RuPaul at all? Or is anybody say it?
It's not for... RuPaul's not my issue.
Something's going on here. But who cast the girls?
I'm sure it's not her.
Really? You don't think so? Like, not at all?
She probably sits at the head of the table at some point when they've gathered up a lot of, the finalists and says, oh, she's cute. I doubt that RuPaul is like out here, casting the girls themselves. No, I don't think that. But I mean, I don't know. Either way, yeah. I do.
You had to let it out, and that is okay.
I just needed to get it out because I watched this last episode and I couldn't even finish it. I was just like, I'm so tired.
Yeah.
The girls are just not giving me what I'm looking for. Yeah. I don't understand. But anyway.
That's real. Okay. Well, I can't find this email, so I guess I'll have to talk about this thing that I'm supposed to do next week. Do we have an acronym, or are we just going to go? I'm fine with that as well. I need to get some more deodorant.
It's always good to know when you need to do that.
Yeah, I'm a little sticky.
It's a real important
I switched to the natural bullshit, and it's just, oh, man. I mean, I'm trying. That's all we can do is fucking try.
You right about that.
You know what? Let's just go home.
Yeah, I didn't have an acronym. Love yourself, be kind to yourself and others. Goodbye.